meeting since 2013 for these neighboring schools. The 2-5 Central Dauphin Rams facing the 6-1 Bishop McDevitt Crusaders. McDevitt still has a hope for winning the Commonwealth Division. They need to keep things rolling to have a shot. It's Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics, Friday Night Rivals. Hi, everybody. Great to see you. I'm Phil Shaner alongside Ford Chapman, a former coach at Central Dauphin and Bishop McDevitt, so perfect for tonight's matchup. We start with our spotlight players. For Central Dauphin, Lebo's everywhere, offensively and defensively. They need him to have a big game. Mark Lebo is the cornerstone for the Rams.
He's a junior that plays linebacker. He's a big hitter, but he also carries the football. He at times can throw the football out of the backfield. Yes, he's very versatile.
Watch for Lebo to throw it more tonight. And then for Bishop McDevitt, Stone Saunders. He's the state's career touchdown passing leader going to Kentucky. What else can you say about Stone Saunders?
4 years of great performances, a state championship under his belt as a sophomore. He really is the catalyst to this multifaceted Bishop McDevitt offense.
All right, Ford, let's get into the keys of the game. Brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers for Central. Oh, we had it rolling too. We were going. Technical problem, not us. But we were good. We were perfect. I liked it. We had good flow.
On our first take. Son of a gun.
Okay, stand by. Here we go.
Tonight, the Crusaders welcome the Central Dauphin Rams for the Mid-Atlantic Conference Commonwealth Division contest.
This is the Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals.
Week 8 brings us back to Rocco Hortenzio Stadium for a Mid-Penn Commonwealth matchup. First meeting since 2013 for these neighboring schools. The 2-5 Central Dauphin Rams facing the 6-1 Bishop McDevitt Crusaders. McDevitt still has a hope of winning the Commonwealth Division. They need to keep things rolling to have a shot. It's Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals. Hi, everybody. Great to see you. I'm Phil Shaner alongside Ford Chapman, former coach at both Central Dauphin and Bishop McDevitt. For our spotlight player for Central Dauphin, Mark Lebo, who does a little bit of everything for the Rams.
He's a tough junior linebacker. He also carries the ball. Last week he threw the ball for an early touchdown. He's very versatile and a key to their football team.
Might throw it a little more tonight. Speaking of throwing it, Stone Saunders, the state's career touchdown passing leader. What else can you say about Stone?
Stone Saunders is the glue, and he gets this thing started. He has had a successful 4-year career. As a sophomore, they were state champions, and he has the ball rolling here, and he has a lot of good targets.
Let's get to our keys to the game, brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers for Central Dauphin.
First of all, for the Rams, they must win the special teams. They got to shore up a lot of things special team-wise from last week, and they have to control the football up and down the field and limit their turnovers.
For Bishop McDevitt,
they're going to go to the air attack. They're going to be very strong. That's a given. If they can mix run and pass and keep the CD defense off balance, that's the big catalyst for them to win the football game.
McDevitt has won 3 straight games against Central Dauphin. A win over McDevitt would make Central Dauphin's season. It's the Rams and the Crusaders next on Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals. Kickoff is coming up on MyTV Central PA.
This is the Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals.
Week 8 brings us back to Rocco Hortenzio Stadium for a Mid-Penn Commonwealth matchup. First meeting since 2013 for these neighboring schools. The 2-5 Central Dauphin Rams facing the 6-1 Bishop McDevitt Crusaders. McDevitt still has a hope of winning the Commonwealth Division. They need to keep things rolling to have a shot. It's Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals. Hi, everybody. Great to see you. I'm Phil Shaner alongside Ford Chapman, former coach at both Central Dauphin and Bishop McDevitt. For our spotlight player for Central Dauphin, Mark Lebo, who does a little bit of everything for the Rams.
He's a tough junior linebacker. He also carries carries the ball. Last week he threw the ball for an early touchdown. He's very versatile and a key to their football team.
Might throw it a little more tonight. Speaking of throwing it, Stone Saunders, the state's career touchdown passing leader. What else can you say about Stone?
Stone Saunders is the glue, and he gets this thing started. He has had a successful 4-year career. As a sophomore, they were state champions, and has the ball rolling here, and he has a lot of good targets.
Let's get to our keys to the game, brought to you by Monarchy Car Care Centers for Central Dauphin.
First of all, for the Rams, they must win the special teams. They got to shore up a lot of things special team-wise from last week, and they have to control the football up and down the field and limit their turnovers.
For Bishop McDevitt.
McDevitt, they're going to go to the air attack. They're going to be very strong. That's a given. If they can mix run and pass and keep the CD defense off balance, that's the big catalyst for them to win the football game.
McDevitt has won 3 straight games against Central Dauphin. A win over McDevitt would make Central Dauphin's season. It's the Rams and the Crusaders next on Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals. Kickoff is coming up on MyTV Central PA.
Mic check, mic check.
That's to help you out.
This is the Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals.
Week 8 brings us back to Rocco Hortenzio Stadium for a Mid-Penn Commonwealth matchup. First meeting since 2013 for these neighboring schools. The 2-5 Central Dauphin Rams facing the 6-1 Bishop McDevitt Crusaders. McDevitt still has a hope of winning the Commonwealth Division. They need to keep things rolling to have a shot. It's Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals. Hi everybody, great to see you. I'm Phil Shannon alongside Ford Chapman, former coach at both Central Dauphin and Bishop McDevitt. For our spotlight player for Central Dauphin, Mark Lebo, who does a little bit of everything for the Rams.
He's a tough junior linebacker. He also carries the ball. Last week he threw the ball for an early touchdown. He's very versatile and a key to their football team.
Might throw it a little more tonight. Speaking of throwing it, Stone Saunders, the state's career touchdown passing leader. What else can you say about Stone?
Stone Saunders is the glue, and he gets this thing started. He has had a successful 4-year career. As a sophomore, they were state champions, and he has the ball rolling here, and he has a lot of good targets.
Let's get to our keys to the game, brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers for Central Dauphin.
First of all, for the Rams, they must win the special teams. They got to shore up a lot of things special team-wise from last week, and they have to control the football up and down the field and limit their turnovers.
For Bishop McDevitt.
McDevitt, they're going to go to the air attack. They're going to be very strong. That's a given. If they can mix run and pass and keep the CD defense off balance, that's the big catalyst for them to win the football game.
McDevitt has won 3 straight games against Central Dauphin. A win over McDevitt would make Central Dauphin's season. It's the Rams and the Crusaders next on Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals. Kickoff is coming up on MyTV Central PA. The Northern Lights were spectacular last night, pretty good tonight. Rocco Hortensio Field, the Northern Lights in the background for this big football game in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth. Two rivals that haven't played since 2013. It's been a while. Central Dauphin and Bishop McDevitt. Friday night rivals, week number 8, as the team's getting ready for the national anthem coming up next, and then kickoff of this highly anticipated game. It is, like I said, it's been a while. McDevitt leads the series 8-4 since 2004. McDevitt has a 21-13 lead in the series since the Mid-Penn Conference started in 1982, but this is the first meeting since 2013. So this will be a good one tonight. Last meeting in 2013, McDevitt won it 34-14. It's time now for our national anthem at Rocco Hortensio Stadium. Beautiful job by the Bishop McDevitt students singing the national anthem before this week number 8 matchup here in on the Wellspan Orthopedics Friday night rivals. For Chapman alongside Phil Schenner here tonight. We're excited about this one. Central Dauphin had a heartbreaking loss last week to Central Dauphin East, 21-20. So the Rams come in at 2-5. Their last win was against Altoona. They won back-to-back games in week 3 and 4. Bishop McDevitt, led by Jeff Wechter in his 27th season, has his team off to a 6-1 record. They have won 5 in a row since losing to Harrisburg here on this field on a Saturday. That game we had for you in overtime, 35-33. There's Glenn McNamee in his 19th season, the winningest football coach in school history. 2011 Class 4A state champs, state runner-up in 2019. 9 Mid-Penn Commonwealth championships for Coach McNamee in 19 seasons. The former quarterback at Phillipsburg High School in New Jersey, New Jersey's winningest high school football program, then had a very successful college career at Bloomsburg University. So we are getting ready to get it started. Mid-Penn Commonwealth, Harrisburg and Central Dauphin East lead the Mid-Penn Commonwealth. They are undefeated in Commonwealth play. And then State College and Bishop McDevitt, both 5-1, right on their heels. But a lot will be said for the next couple of weeks. Bishop McDevitt next week takes on Central Dauphin East, and then they finish the season against State College. The East has State College tonight, and then East will play Harrisburg to end the season. So these next couple of weeks will determine who will win the Commonwealth. And we are underway with our Good Feet Store kickoff, taken from the 1-yard line as the Rams on the return. Robinson Bell, who's a very dangerous return man, and that's where the Rams will have the football to start things off offensively. Let's take a look at the starting offense for the Rams, brought to you by Focal Point Remodeling starting lineups. McPatrick is the quarterback. Harris is their main running back. They have some pretty good wide receivers in Kurtz and Robinson Bell and Johnson. Their offensive line is always big for the Rams. There's a look at the starting quarterback, Gavin Kirkpatrick, 44 of 75 for 586 yards, 1 touchdown, 5 interceptions on the season. Last week in the loss to East, he was 6 of 17, 144 yards, threw an interception, but he caught a touchdown pass from Mark Lebo a week ago. And the handoff to Garcia. Garcia across the 20, down to the 22-yard line. Barnes made the stop. Harris, excuse me, yes. So Barnes made the stop. Let's take a look at the McDevitt defense, your Focal Point Remodeling starting lineup. They're without Vinnie Brooks. We'll talk a little bit about that later, but Barnes and Jones Davis, the linebackers, make a lot of stops, and Lucas Lawler's having a great season. 40 tackles, 9 tackles for a loss, 7.5 sacks for the senior Lucas Lawler. There's your McDevitt defense. So a 2nd and 4 now from the 23-yard line after that Harris run. They give it back to Harris. Harris looking for the first down, puts his head down and gets to the 31-yard line, and that's a first down. That'll move the sticks, and that's a 1-800 junk first down run by Jay Harris.
Quarter had to come up. Nobody set the edge for the Crusaders, force them out of bounds. Nice start for the Rams. If they can continue this ball control offense, that's going to give them a chance to chew clock. And for their sake, get at least a field goal, if not a touchdown.
7-yard pickup for Harris, so back-to-back Harris runs, and the Rams have their first down of the night. Kirkpatrick going deep downfield, he has a man, and extending out and incomplete, just overthrew his intended target. Kirkpatrick just a little too much. Peyton Wiley was the intended target. He took a hit but he just overthrew it.
Yes, he did. Took a hit on 2 shots there.
Peyton Wiley, 5 catches, 46 yards for the junior. Last week he had a catch for 7 yards. So now a 2nd down after the Kirkpatrick incompletion. Did you like the Rams going downfield with that try after having some successful runs?
Absolutely. Taking a shot, keeping that defense from McDevitt. Keep them honest.
2nd and 10 from the 30 for the Rams. And just 2 yards on the run there, not much at all, as they got him in going in motion was Harris, but tackled by Lawler. Lucas Lawler in on the stop.
The one reason you got to put points on the board if you're Central Dauphin, this McDevitt offense can score, and they can score quickly.
3rd and 8 from the 32 for the Rams. Opening drive, 2 Commonwealth teams, 2 rivals. It's not Harrisburg-McDevitt, but it's close. CD and McDevitt, first time since 2013. Kirkpatrick the throw. Here comes some pressure from behind, and a sack. Coming up to get him is Smith. Smith, the junior, tackles Kirkpatrick from behind for the sack and a loss of 6 yards.
4 receivers on the route. When that happens, nobody's open. Nice job of quarterback scrambling to his left, but you got to get rid of it because there's going to be somebody on you. This McDevitt defense has a lot of quickness. And now you got to be careful because back to return this punt for the Crusaders is a scat back, Palmer.
Palmer will receive the punt. Hodges will punt it for the Rams from his 15-yard line. Palmer waits for it.
Oh, that's roughing.
And there's a penalty down, roughing on the punter. And they'll get away from it. Palmer will pick it up. Palmer on the return, across midfield. Palmer still on his feet, across the 40. Palmer all the way down to the 30, but
the great run's not going to matter.
Not going to matter.
Now let's see if it's roughing or if it's running into the kicker. If it's a personal foul, running into the kicker's only 5 yards. Obviously, Central Dauphin's going to re-kick that because take the 5-yard penalty and re-kick it after that great return.
35-yard return from Palmer, and the Rams will re-kick it. We'll have to wait for the call.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker.
There it is,
defense number 21. Replay results in a first down.
So a personal foul, not running into kicker, so it's not the 5-yard, it's the 15-yard, and gives them the first down. So take another look here for.
Dave Spazzieri, the official there, called it. Former Steel High football player from the late 70s. Scrappy football player. His son's now an official as well. His dad was an official.
Yeah. David's son is out there officiating with him tonight.
Yes, he is.
There's a look at Coach McNamee. Coach Mack with one of his smallest senior class that Coach Mack has ever had in his 19 years. He just does not have a lot of seniors in the senior group. A lot of younger classmen, a lot of players that don't have too much experience from a year ago.
Well, they graduated 2 Big 33 offensive linemen. One's at Maryland. Robsock and Bouchon is at James Madison. Of course, McDevitt, Riley Robel, 2nd year at James Madison. Unfortunately for him, just got hurt last night with a broken bone in his leg.
JMU with their big win over Coastal Carolina last night. To bounce back from their loss 2 weeks ago for Coach Chesney.
Fake reverse, wide open.
On the fake reverse, it's Jay Harris into McDevitt territory, and he gets out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Nice play call.
Yes, it was.
First
Open
down.
up the playbook for the Rams there. Looks like we're going to get a jet sweep reverse, but no.
Faked the reverse, kept it himself.
John Harris III keeps it for not only a first down, but now they're in Crusader territory, and they're down to 9 minutes, just over 9. They're chewing some time off the clock.
15-yard pickup by Harris, and Harris gets the football back and gets shy of the 40-yard line, stopped at the 41, so a pickup of 2 yards in the first down carry. A lot of Jay Harris tonight for the Rams.
Early in the season, the Rams lost a one-point game, lost an overtime game to the Cedar Cliff Colts, and Cedar Cliff scored first in overtime with a touchdown. Rams were not able to answer. This Cedar Cliff team came in here a few weeks later and ran the ball pretty well against McDevitt, but McDevitt scored in bunches. Had a big win by numerous touchdowns, and that's what you got to be careful of if you're Central Dauphin. And so far, when you keep that Bishop McDevitt offense on the sidelines, that's your best bet.
2nd and 8 from the 41 for the Rams. Kirkpatrick to throw, has the completion to Wiley at the 30-yard line, and that'll be another first down.
Kirkpatrick is growing as we go, Phil, through the season. It's his first year starting, and he's a senior, and he just does what he has to do here, throwing to the left, squaring up his shoulders, putting the ball and the money on that curl route.
Time now for our injury report, brought to you by OSS Health, high-quality orthopedic care. It's a big loss for this defense. Number 43, Vinnie Brooks, 6 foot, 215-pound senior, 54 tackles, 5.5 tackles for a loss on the sidelines and crutches tonight. The McDevitt defense will miss Vinnie Brooks. There's your injury report, brought to you by OSS Health.
Half the offense moved there, but the center did not snap the ball. Illegal procedure on the Rams. Back it up 5.
A huge loss for McDevitt with not having Brooks out there at the linebacker spot.
Sure is.
So 1st and 5, ball moved back. The 34 now for the Rams. Opening drive. They've had the ball a long time here in this opening offensive possession. Kirkpatrick is swarmed up and tackled for a loss in the backfield. A lot of Crusaders in there to get him. Chris Thompson was in there. Thompson, that's his 3rd and a half sack on the season for the 6 foot, 260-pound junior, was in there to get the sack.
There you saw the play action. Kirkpatrick had just a 2-receiver route, both of them going deep, and there was nobody to throw to as they were covered, and there was no safety valve, so he just had to eat it and run forward and lost a couple.
There's a look at R.J. Duffy, who's been outstanding. What a surprise R.J.'s been. 27 tackles, 2.5 tackles for a loss. R.J. Duffy in that linebacker spot for the Crusaders. 2nd and 17 now.
Double loose slot for the Rams. Play clock's down to 1. They're going to call a timeout, Central Dauphin.
The Rams will take a timeout. 2nd and 17 coming up from them. They have the ball on the Crusaders' 36-yard line when we get back. Tenth play of the drive for the Rams, the opening drive. A lot of Jay Harris on this drive. It's been pretty good. Let's see what the Rams do. Harris, 5 carries, 32 yards on this opening drive. 2-win Rams.
They just earlier shifted Kurtz from receiver into the tight end spot.
Kurtz, the leading wide receiver this year for the Rams, has been very good. Heavy pressure, has to get rid of it, and incomplete as they were back. Applying pressure as McDevitt Crusaders getting in that backfield, cause all kinds of trouble. It's R.J. Duffy was in there to cause Kirkpatrick to throw it early.
They're not going to call grounding on this. As you see, there was no receiver in the area, but Kirkpatrick was trying to go deeper. The pressure he got could have possibly been grounding. I'm surprised they didn't call it.
Kirkpatrick, 1 of 2, 11 yards. 46 yards on this drive. The 11th play coming up for the Rams. Has eaten a lot of clock in this first quarter, and that was one of the keys that Four said that the Rams need to have ball control and keep the ball away from the McDevitt offense. They get the ball to Harris. Harris runs for about 2 yards.
You're out of field goal range, Phil. So in this instance, you probably are they're gonna punt out a shotgun is my guess.
Duffy and Jones-Davis made the stop. Duffy's been on a couple of tackles already here in the first.
There it is, little quick kick out of shotgun.
Quick kick, bounces, gonna go, did he get it before it got into the end zone? They're gonna say it's down at the inch line. How about that? Wiley was able to get there at the inch line.
Yeah, I'd like to see that again. He must have possession. He must have full possession before
let's
he
take a
rolled
look.
The
There's Wiley. Great job and hustle for him, but I don't know if he had it.
Yeah,
he kind of took him into the end zone.
Yeah. The problem with that, he waited around the 10-yard line. He should have run immediately to the goal line and turned around about the half-yard line, the 1-yard line, and waited for that ball to come to him. Don't wait for it to bounce. But nonetheless,
now you got to go.
Official called it was good.
You got to go 99 yards. So great job by Wiley to down it at the inch line for Stone Saunders, who needs to get a little bit of room. His feet are in his own end zone right now. And hands the ball to Barnes, who breaks through and gives them the room they need. Barnes gets across the 5 up to the 7-yard line. Let's meet the Bishop McDevitt starting offense, brought to you by Focal Point Remodeling. They are averaging 41 points a game, 288 points scored this season. Stone Saunders has 24 touchdowns. The running game, Barnes and Jones-Davis. Receivers have been good, Quick and Diaz Ellis. And the offensive line has gotten better each week.
Fullback completely missed the block there, Phil, on the power play of a double tight end, old school double tight flanker, power left, quarterback under center. They're doing that because they're backed against near their goal line. And
let's take a look at the Central Dauphin defense, brought to you by Focal Point Remodeling. This is a defense, you take away the Central York game, the first game of the season. This defense has only given up about 10 points per game. They've really come together and have played well. Their linebackers are very good. Newhard, Lebo has 49 tackles leading the way. Morgans has 32 tackles from the defensive end. Spin move by Jones-Davis, and he has the first down across the 15 to the 16-yard line for Jones-Davis.
The great running backs are able to make a guy miss often, and there he did. He made a very good football player miss in number 4. Kurtz finally made the tackle, but Robinson Bell dipped his head a little bit.
And there is an injured player. One of the Rams is down.
Morgans.
And that is Morgans, who has 32 tackles this season, 5.5 tackles for a loss and an interception. We'll be back after this. No score from Rocco Hortenzio Stadium. Jaden Morgans, the talented sophomore defensive end for the Rams, injured, had to be helped off the field. That is not good for this Rams defense. Morgans has been very good. Last week he had an interception. He has 5.5 tackles for a loss this season. He's been good. Injured on the sideline, so they have to replace him. 1st and 10 for Stone Saunders, who has his first completion of the night. He gets the ball out to Diaz Ellis. Diaz Ellis has the first down, 11-yard pickup.
A simple bubble behind the line of scrimmage with 2 guys blocking downfield, giving your athlete the ball in space, and runs for a first down.
Give him 12 yards on that pass play. This year, Saunders over 1,500 yards, 24 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's completed 63% of his passes for the Kentucky commit.
Central Dauphin lost a heartbreaker last week by 1 point, 21-20 to their rivals, Central Dauphin East, on a blocked extra point in the 4th quarter.
Handoff here to Barnes. Barnes waits for his blockers, then explodes. Barnes up the middle and give him 12 yards and a first down. Barnes was patient on the run. Hodgson made the stop, but what a run by Barnes. And what I liked is how he stopped and then accelerated.
Watch him make Kurtz miss. Watch him make the safety miss. Oh, dropped his head.
Shoulder. Shoulder juke.
Yes.
Juked his shoulders, did Barnes.
Kurtz, number 6, a 3-year starter at D-back for the Rams. He's now playing both ways. Had a heck of a game last week against the Panthers on all facets.
Yeah, he had 8 tackles last week and an interception in the rival against East a week ago.
And a touchdown catch on the first drive.
Play action. Saunders has the completion.
You got to tackle in space against these Crusaders.
That is quick. Spinning, and that's going to be an 18-yard pickup. Harris was the one that stopped him. Quick's 26th catch of the season.
This is what Stone Saunders does very, very well. And he's done it for 4 years. He's able to throw the long ball, and he's able to stretch the field horizontally. Notice that pass all the way to the right, outside the numbers, and the receiver's running after the catch to move the chains.
There's Quick, the sophomore, 26 catches now in the season. So a 1st and 10 for the Crusaders now in Rams territory. They hand the football to Jones Davis, who spins off a tackle and gets across the 40 down to the 37-yard line. Hodgson made the stop for the Rams. Hodgson, 58 tackles on the season, 5.5 tackles for a loss for the junior. Last week, Isaac had a pretty good game. He had 11 tackles and 2 tackles for a loss last week as the defense played big against East. And as you mentioned, for that hard-breaking loss, they were an extra point away from sending it to overtime.
Who's the quarterback here for?
Saunders throws high and incomplete.
What number is that out there for the quarterback?
That's number 8.
Yeah, that was last play as well. I just caught that.
So an incomplete pass for Stone Saunders.
It's so tough to see the number. It almost looked like something different. It's all bunched up there in the front.
Something crazy would have to happen for Coach Wechter to take Stone Saunders out of the game.
Yeah, the front of his jersey, you couldn't really see what number was. I thought they might have been putting in a Wildcat. We have a penalty here against the Crusaders.
Penalty against Bishop McDevitt will push them back. Now, penalties have been a problem for Bishop McDevitt over the years. I have that conversation yearly with Coach Wechter of how McDevitt can cut down on penalties, and it's certainly something that every team works at. But as the season goes on, penalties sometimes in playoff games are tough.
Sure, and it really hurt Central Dauphin last week. They had penalties, several offsides penalties on the defensive line, and a roughing the quarterback on a big 3rd down completion by the East Panthers.
So now a 2nd and 10. The ball moved back to the 42 for Stone Saunders. First offensive opportunity for the Crusaders. Saunders rolling and incomplete. Right in the hands of Holton Jr., the freshman who has 7 catches on the season, but Howard wasn't able to hold on to that one.
Robinson Bell put some pressure. They brought a blitz. Back wasn't able to pick him up. You see that at force. That's what you got to do. If you can force Saunders to throw the ball early, you got yourself a shot.
But Saunders still made a great throw.
Yes,
the freshman just wasn't able to catch it. So now you're looking at an SEC-type quarterback going to Kentucky next year. The pressure was coming from his backside, was still able to throw a good football to the freshman who wasn't able to hold on to it.
Great
so
point,
now
Phil. He has a lot of presence.
Yep, 3rd and 10 now for the Crusaders. The Rams, they need a stop. Their defense has been really good this season.
Looks like holding, it is.
And the completion to Holton Jr., the freshman, but they're going to have a penalty.
Definitely offensive holding, Phil, on the offensive line for Crusaders. They almost, the guy on the edge, left edge, tackled the defender.
There's a matchup problem at that left edge, I think, right now.
It looks like it. It looks like it. And remember, McDevitt's using a lot of multiple sets, a lot of wideouts, so they're not going to get a whole lot of help. They basically have one back helping out, so it's a 5-man per six-man protection at times if that back stays in.
We'll wait for the call. David will let us know who committed the foul.
If we can see that replay, you're going to see it might have been, I saw on the left side, we had a guy, an offensive lineman for McDevitt. Here it is. Watch the front, the left side of your center's looking at the step. That's the center.
Yep, 52, that's Slover.
And he's basically holding on. So is the outside tackle. That's what I saw, the outside tackle there. Grabbing a hold.
So two holds on that last play. So that'll move McDevitt back. Now a 3rd and 20 for McDevitt. They're back in their own territory now at the 48-yard line.
Number 54, D lineman and offensive lineman Zach Coleman is a stud for Central Dauphin. He's tough to block in the interior.
Coleman 50 tackles this season. He's 6'3", 280 pounds. Last week he had 8 tackles against East. He has a sack and 4.5 tackles for a loss. The big guy, there he is on your screen there, Coleman. And
Saunders will lull you to sleep. He'll throw those 5 to 10-yard out passes.
Yeah, that's Winston in there too. Winston is the 325-pound sophomore. He's a big body. They put him in. He's tough to block. So here we go, 3rd and 20 for McDevitt. 2:40 to go, first quarter, no score. Saunders has time to throw.
Here it is, that's what I'm talking about. They'll go
Fires
deep.
it down the sidelines, and was the enough room? No, out of bounds.
What I was just gonna say, Phil, he'll lull you to sleep with some of these bubble screens and short passes, and all of a sudden he'll go for the home run. Can he throw it?
Diaz Ellis, the intended target, who has 32 catches this year, just ran out of real estate on the sideline. So McDevitt is going to have to punt the ball to the Rams. So a couple of penalties have really caused the Crusaders to have an issue moving the football with those penalties. Right now it's a 4th and 20 from the 48, and they'll punt it to the Rams.
That's a huge win for the Central Dauphin Rams defense.
Punt bounces at the 15-yard line and is going to be picked up, and no return.
Good coverage by that punt team of Bishop McDevitt.
Great coverage there, and the Rams will have the ball back for their second offensive opportunity. Coming up next week, we'll be in the Mid-Penn Capital Division. We'll see the defending state champs Steel High, the Rollers, and Coach Irby. They're 5-2. They're taking on Camp Hill tonight. They'll take on Susquehanna, the Blackhawks. And next week, it's the Rollers and the Blackhawks from the Mid-Penn Capital Division, Week 9 of Friday Night Rivals.
Phil, it's time. Let's ask the trivia question.
Go ahead.
Off the top of it, the first ever Mid-Penn Commonwealth, then called Division I champion. We'll let that one.
All right, let's let the folks at home think about that one.
Yes.
So that would have been 1982, right?
82
when the Mid-Penn
football
started.
season. That's exactly right. 82-83 school year.
I'm going to say it has to be tied in with one of those teams that we just talked about.
Well, it wasn't Susquehanna.
No, it wasn't Susquehanna. So I think we solved that one. Oh, ball almost intercepted. Tried to get the quick hitter out there to Harris. And that ball was almost picked by Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick has been picked off 5 times. He was picked off once last week. Clement was there and almost had the pick. Number 13, the junior defensive back for the Crusaders, and there he is. Clement has a fumble recovery this year for McDevitt. Has been big. Part of this defense has only given up 105 points this season. That's 15 points a game, so they've been very good as well. A lot of guys in and out of this defense, a defense that has 10 takeaways. They play a lot of players, especially on that defensive line. Kirkpatrick goes up deep, has a man, and it's caught. Robinson Bell with his 12th catch of the season. Clement was there to knock him out of bounds, but that's a huge pass play. Kirkpatrick to Robinson Bell.
Sure was, and the ball was on the money, but Bell bobbled it and just was able to secure it. As the QB takes the hit again, Kirkpatrick enough right before he went out of bounds.
Huge catch for Robinson Bell, his 12th of the season. And it's a 1st and 10, and the Rams find themselves in Crusader territory again at the 42-yard line. Big run up the middle. Jay Harris, he picks up 12 yards and moves the sticks. Reinhardt made the stop, but another big run by Jay Harris. 10-yard pickup for Harris and moves the sticks.
Central Dauphin showed a lot of versatility here offensively in their first 2 possessions.
150 clock runs here in the first quarter. No score. Second opportunity for the Rams, and they're back in Crusaders territory.
Remember, McDevitt drove the ball over 50 yards on their first, but they started at the 1 yard line. Reverse this time.
Here comes the reverse to Robinson Bell. Still on his feet, looking for some blocks, and then tackled for a big loss of about 16 yards. Back to the 42-yard line, so the reverse didn't work. It started with Harris. He gave it to Robinson Bell. Remember, earlier in the game, they faked that play.
Yes, they did. Very tough loss for the Crusaders here.
So a big loss of, they're going to say 10. It looks like even more than that.
Excuse me, for the Rams.
Yeah, 2nd and 20. So it was a 10-yard loss on the reverse try.
You just don't want to turn the ball over here. Obviously, you want to try to pick up the 20 yards you need in the next 2 or 3 downs, but you don't want to turn it over.
Harris gets the handoff as he comes on the sweep and gets across the 40-yard line down to the 39. Final 40 seconds of this first quarter, scoreless game. First time these 2 teams have played since 2013, and the lineup of getting in tonight is still backed up. There might be some fans that won't get into the stadium until late second quarter.
Yeah, there are about 20, 30 fans we can see from behind here, still waiting in line, cars still coming in. Really nice crowd here.
Big crowd at Rocco Hortensio Stadium for these 2 neighboring rivals.
He's got the edge.
Harris has running room, gets across the 30 and all the way down to about the 26-yard line. So a good run by Harris.
Looks
Jones
like
Davis made the stop.
30. They're going to mark it at the 30. And you know what? Since they got that positive yardage, they may as well go for it. I mean, it would have been a punt situation.
End of the first quarter. We'll see what they do with a 4th down coming up for the Rams. Scoreless game. Fourth and 8 for the Rams from the Crusaders' 30-yard line to start the second quarter. Lebo stands next to Kirkpatrick, and watch Lebo. He could throw the football. He threw a touchdown last week to Kirkpatrick as they look to the sideline for the play. I think they're up to some shenanigans here.
I think he threw it to Kurtz. He threw a pass to and I think they're going to sprint right and run the curl flat or the curl wheel.
Let's see, 2 wide receivers up top, and Kirkpatrick under pressure, and he's sacked again. This McDevitt defense has put a lot of pressure, and that is Lawler, another sack. 8.5 now in the season for Lucas Lawler. He has been so good. The senior gets the sack of Kirkpatrick.
Really nice defensive play there to bring the QB down and turn the ball back to the Crusaders. This is only their 2nd possession of the game.
So it turns it over on downs for this Rams offense that's been good tonight. Harris 9 carries, 58 yards. Robinson Bell, that 1 catch for 40 yards. Kirkpatrick 2 of 5 for 51 yards. But their second drive stalls out, and McDevitt takes over on downs with a 1st and 10 from their 39-yard line for the senior quarterback, Stone Saunders. He's going to throw it. Little play action, has time to throw, throws it up the middle, has a man, and incomplete. It looked like, I don't know where that ball was going, but getting under it was Diaz-Ellis, but incomplete. Johnson was on coverage. Diaz-Ellis got his fingertips on it
He threw that ball almost 70 yards in the air, more than 65 yards in the air, right
fingertips
on the money, just the fingertips, about a half a yard too far.
Now last year he had Rico Scott, who was very fast. Last year Rico Scott, 86 catches, over 1,000 yards and 23 touchdowns. That was Saunders' top target last year. He's gone, he's at Alabama. Handoff, makes a man miss is Jones Davis. Jones Davis has that ability, very hard to bring down. 4-yard pickup for Jones Davis. 3rd down coming up. Hodgson made the stop. Kurtz also in there as well. Hodgson and Kurtz in on the stop. So a 3rd down, 3rd and 6 now for the Crusaders. This is a big play for the Crusaders offense and the Rams defense. Who is Coach McNamee, when I talked to him this week, said, hey, you take away that Central York game where our defense had a tough time on the opening night. Since that point, we're only giving up about 10 points a game. The defense has really improved. Saunders to throw out of the gun, has the open man and the 1st down. Spinning up to the 35-yard line, and that is a 1st down catch. Kitchen saver 1st down. Harris made the stop. 32-yard pass play pickup.
Jeff Wechter's offense is so smooth, it's tough to stop.
Yep.
You got that deep curl route. And the quarterback is Saunders can throw the ball to the flat so accurately that you got to cover sideline to sideline almost. And that trip's open set.
Gage Ruth with the catch, his 13th grab of the season for the junior. Last week he had 3 catches for 41 yards. Straight ahead across the 30-yard line down to the 29-yard line is Maurice Barnes. Robinson Bell made the stop. Barnes this year averaging about 6.3 yards a carry. He has 4 touchdowns, 423 yards coming in. He also has 11 catches out of the backfield and 2 receiving touchdowns for the junior Barnes. Last week, 14 carries, 67 yards and a touchdown in their win over Cumberland Valley a week ago. They beat Cumberland Valley last week 30-8. Their defense was very dominant in that game. They had 2 interceptions. They had 51 yards of total offense in the first half. They get the completion.
Probably a hold on the edge by the McDevitt receiver downfield. That's probably coming back.
LaRue had the catch. Johnson was on coverage, so another costly penalty here for McDevitt. That's what stalled their first drive when they got into the Rams territory. So LaRue, the freshman, you have 2 freshmen on this team that are contributing offensively. Holton Jr. and LaRue, the 2 freshmen that have played some valuable minutes and done things for Coach Wechter's offense this year.
Now let's see if that ball was, it looked like an RPO. It's tough to tell sometimes, but you know.
Holding, number 0 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still 2nd down.
So that'll be the wide receiver Quick, the sophomore, called for the hold. See if you see it here.
Okay, that was just play action. There it is.
There's the hold there in the side of your screen. That was Quick that made the hold, the sophomore.
When you hear the term RPO, run pass option, the quarterback has the option whether to hand the ball off to the running back or pull it and throw the ball downfield.
2nd and 7 now for the Crusaders from their own 32. 9:30 to go, 2nd quarter, no score.
Got a guy wide open in the end zone.
Saunders is going to run. Saunders uses his legs, has the 1st down across the 20-yard line to the 19-yard line. Stone Saunders takes off. Hodgson made the stop, but Saunders did it with his leg to get the 1st down.
The Crusaders are going to come back to that route most likely later in the game because they had this inside slot receiver running right down the field, slightly towards the left side of the field, wide open. No Ram was anywhere near him. It looked like number 6, Holton.
Pick up about 13 yards in the run by Saunders. So 1st and 10 from the 19 as they are working in the Keystone Fireplace red zone. And a penalty marker comes out on the Jones Davis run to the far sideline.
Came from the umpire standing behind the linebackers. It's probably a hold on the offensive line. It's usually what's called from that spot.
So for the second offensive drive, penalties creeping up on the Crusaders and hurting them.
Now McDevitt's going to get the down over again. It'll bring up a 1st and 20.
Holding. Offense number 66. 10-yard penalty from the previous
66
spot.
is the guard
Still first
Colbert,
down.
the sophomore. So that line has a couple of seniors, 2 juniors, and a sophomore. Colbert, he's the youngest player on that offensive line. That's who they got it on, number 66, with the penalty on the run by Jones Davis. That pushes them back 1st and 20 from the 29. Setting up the screen is Saunders. Got the screen to Jones Davis. Running room in front of Jones Davis to the 10, the 5, touchdown! The screen set up perfectly to Jones Davis, and he is in the end zone for the touchdown.
Great execution by the screen. The lineman getting out in front. Quarterback Saunders losing some ground, taking some time and fighting the rush towards him. Delivers a strike and a long ball for a screen. Most screens are not nearly thrown that long.
Saunders' 25th touchdown of the season, a Faulkner Honda touchdown. Jones Davis's first receiving touchdown of the season. Took the screen play 29 yards for the score, and the Crusaders are on the board.
The thing you got to be careful of, Phil, is that ball being caught in front of the line of scrimmage because linemen are downfield. It looked like it was right about the line of scrimmage.
The extra point is up and good, and the Crusaders strike first, and they take a 7-0 lead. Jones Davis needs a water break after that touchdown run. Bishop McDevitt strikes first, 8:37 to go, second quarter, and lead at 7-0. Want to continue their 5-game win streak and keep their chances alive to win the Commonwealth in their first year back in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth. That kick goes out of the back of the end zone on the Good Feet Store kickoff. So Saunders throws his 25th touchdown pass of the season. And here's a remarkable homebuyers scoring summary. 8 plays, 61 yards. Here's this long screen set up by Saunders to Jones Davis. Run after catch. Makes a man miss, and then he's off to the end zone for his first receiving touchdown of the season. Jones Davis has 6 rushing touchdowns on the year for the junior.
Now, just to reiterate so everybody understands at home, you said, well, linemen were way downfield. That's okay, because the ball was caught at or behind the line of scrimmage. You're allowed to have linemen downfield in high school and college football on screen plays.
5 penalties for Bishop McDevitt for 50 yards. Almost kept them out of the end zone their first offensive opportunity, and almost did it the second time. A quick hitter out to Robinson Bell. Robinson Bell across the 25-yard line, almost to the 30, to the 29. So a good pickup on that first pass play to Robinson Bell. Here is the touchdown.
So you see the lineman way downfield. The screen pass is designed to invite the rush, the D lineman rush, get your lineman downfield. All the defenders drop back to cover deep zone, and the rest was history. As number 5, Nazir Jones Davis, the junior running back, took it to Pater.
Jade Davis gets the first down. So the Rams, another first down. They have moved the football. The Rams offense has looked good tonight.
Yes, it has.
1st and 10 from the 36 for the Rams. Harris is having a great night. They give the ball to Garcia. Garcia gets a couple of yards, and that's it.
And this McDevitt defense has been bending some, but not breaking yet.
Garcia, 2 touchdowns this year, 111 yards, averaging 5 yards a carry. Got 3 yards on that run. 2nd and 7 now for the Rams. Down 7-0. These two teams are rivals, but it's the first time they've played in football since 2013. Screen pass set up and well played by the McDevitt defense. They swarmed it and turned it into a negative play as McDevitt's defense was all over it. Robinson Bell had the catch, but it was a tackle for a loss. Chris Thompson with his 7.5 tackle for a loss this season.
That was a great job of Kirkpatrick, the CD quarterback, getting the ball in there to number 4 on with all those defenders around the area.
Chris Thompson has been good from the defensive line spot. And it's time now to smile pretty here at Rocco Hortenzio Stadium in week number 8 of our Friday night rivals. It's time for Smile Cam. The Tooth Fairy is here. Earlier tonight, we got some smiles from the Central Dauphin Band. Valley Pediatrics, Dentistry, and Orthodontics sponsoring our Smile Cam with the Tooth Fairy. They are accepting new pediatric patients. Beautiful smiles. Bishop McDevitt cheerleader on our Smile Cam tonight. Good to see the Tooth Fairy and that little girl helping the cheerleaders down here at Rocco Hortenzio Stadium. Homecoming tonight. The Crusaders on a roll. They have won now 5 in a row after the loss here at this field, a game we had on a special Saturday afternoon edition of Friday Night Rivals against one of their other rivals, Harrisburg. The overtime game, they lost 35-33 in week 2. And then they have been on a roll since then.
McDevitt sitting back in what looks to be, it's going to be either man under with 2 deep safeties or straight zone with 2 deep. Just trying to not give up the big play on 3rd and 11 here.
Newhard next to Kirkpatrick in the backfield. And here comes the pressure and another sack. The sacks are adding up for this McDevitt defense. Last week they had 5 sacks and Lawler has another sack. So Lawler with 2 sacks in this game, give him 9.5 sacks on the season. 16 sacks on the year for the Crusaders coming in. They have 3 or 4 sacks tonight. Last week they had 5 sacks against Cumberland Valley. The defense was nasty last week against Cumberland Valley. Like I said before, they only gave up a total of 51 yards in that first half. They shut out the Cumberland Valley Eagles 27-0 last week.
Last week for the Rams, they got a punt blocked and a punt sailed over the punter, snap sailed over the punter's head. And they got this one off.
Hodgins punts it. Yeah, the special teams last week was a nightmare for Coach McNamee and the Rams.
Good coverage there on the punt team for the Rams.
So no return. Great job by the Rams on the Palmer return.
Garcia on the tackle.
Yep, Palmer with the return gets nowhere. Time to raise the roof with Abel Sun Roofing and Siding. Before you sign, call Abel Sun and Roofing. Cheerleaders here tonight, a gold rush for the student section. There's the student section, a gold rush tonight for the students on homecoming. First and 10 from the 34-yard line. 3rd opportunity for the Crusaders on offense and Stone Saunders. Saunders gets the quick pass to Holton Jr., the freshman, who is tackled by Lebo. Lebo now 50 tackles on the season for the junior, Mark Lebo. Good open field tackle.
There you saw it, yes sir. And here's the difference. If you don't get your blocks downfield, that play gets nothing. If you do get the blocks downfield, it can be a home run.
Stay tuned for the Focal Point Remodeling Halftime Report. Highlights and stats from the first half. Also the best high school football highlights from around the country. It's all coming up on the Focal Point Remodeling Halftime Report. Saunders throws in and out of the hands of Diaz Ellis. That would have been a big play. Might have been 6. Hit him in stride. Diaz Ellis had his hands on the football. Couldn't come down with it.
Good play action. Deep slant. You're right, just for some reason was unable to come down with the football.
Saunders has a touchdown tonight. The screen pass to Jones Davis. That was the score for Bishop McDevitt. And the 7-0 lead here, 5:11 to go, 2nd quarter.
This is what McDevitt does so well, notoriously. 3rd down and 10. They find a way to move the chains and keep drives alive.
Saunders on 3rd down. Plenty of time to throw the football. Pretty clean pocket. Now some pressure. Fires it incomplete. That was a big stop for the Rams defense.
Good coverage by the defensive backfield by the Rams.
Yeah, Robinson Bell was on coverage on that play and a 4th down, so the Crusaders are going to have to punt it. Saunders takes off his helmet, and the Crusaders stall out, 3 and out.
If you're Central Dauphin, you just got to think Kurtz is back to return the punt. Get the ball up around the 40. Give yourself an opportunity to at least get a chance at a field goal here.
Gorella will punt it from his 20.
5 minutes to go, plenty of time. We're down to 3.
So Gorella will punt it, high snap, here comes pressure, looking to block, gets the punt off, does Gorella, good job by him. The ball takes a bounce, and they're gonna let it go, and it'll be touchdown there, and the Rams will have the football back with another offensive opportunity. Coming up, college football tomorrow, Penn State, the Nittany Lions out in Southern California against USC. 3 o'clock kickoff, Big Ten college football on CBS 21. Do you know that Penn State's the only FBS program to start each of the last 4 seasons 5-0?
How about it? And don't be surprised, by the way. Don't be surprised if USC give Penn State all they can handle out there in the Coliseum.
It should be interesting. Then on Sunday, 4 o'clock, Steelers and Raiders. So there is your football watching this weekend. College on Saturday, NFL on Sunday on CBS 21. USC's defense has come a long way. They have a former Nittany Lion there as their defensive back. Coach Lynn has done a great job as the defensive coordinator for
There's
USC.
Lebo at Wildcat.
Lebo and the Wildcat gets to the 30-yard line. Coach McDevitt has plans to use Lebo a little more. He's 3 for 3 passing this season, 56 yards and a touchdown, so his opportunities to throw the ball have gone well. R.J. Duffy makes the stop for the Crusaders.
Even though USC has 3 losses, they could make some things happen against the Nittany Lions. That should be a great 4-quarter football game.
Big Ten football on CBS 21 tomorrow, 3:30 kickoff, number 4 Penn State and USC. There's a sack for the Crusaders, another one.
That was actually going to be a fake pass.
Malastatic.
Quarterback was going to keep it on a quick draw. You'll watch it. And just come through untouched there, number 33.
Malastatic makes the sack, 4-yard loss. So now a 3rd down, long for the Rams. Boy, the Crusaders getting to the quarterback. 5 sacks last week, and they're at 5 sacks already this week. Lebo is in at quarterback. Lebo will hand the football off to Hodgson. Hodgson, the fullback, running hard and has the 1st down.
Heck of a run.
Wow. So
Isaac Hodgson.
Smith made the stop, but it was a kitchen saver 1st down, a 10-yard pickup.
Just a little draw and broke a tackle, dragged 2 other players to get the 1st down and move the chains. And Lebo's going to remain at quarterback.
There's a look at Isaac with that big run. He's gotten better and better. Of course, Central Dauphin usually finds a way to get their fullbacks some carries. Lebo in at quarterback now. Sending Harris on the sweep. He keeps it himself. Lebo spins, and not much there. Tackle for a loss by who else? Number 11, Lawler. Lawler having a big night tonight. Number 11, Lucas Lawler. Thompson was in there as well. Loss of 2 yards, so another tackle for a loss as Lebo was trying to spin his way for some positive yards. Now Kirkpatrick back in at quarterback with a 2nd and 11 from the 36. So Kirkpatrick back in. As Kurtz, the top of your screen, he has 12 catches this season, hasn't had one tonight though. Kirkpatrick goes the other way to Harris, and incomplete. Harris was looking back for the football and couldn't come up with it.
That ball was thrown so quickly, and yet Harris just wasn't able to locate it. It was over as he was looking over his right shoulder. The ball went way outside over his left.
Harris 10 rushes for 65 yards. Robinson Bell with 3 catches for 46 yards. Kirkpatrick now 4 of 8, 57 yards. It's the offensive numbers for the Rams with 2:26 to go before the half and a 7-0 lead for the Crusaders in this Mid-Penn Commonwealth matchup. Kirkpatrick's going to run the football and get some positive yards to the 40-yard line. Barnes made the stop.
Holding by number 54 on the offensive line there. Coleman pretty much tackled a defender coming to put pressure on the quarterback.
Zach Coleman, the 6'3", 280-pound senior.
Probably will be declined because it's going to force up a punt nonetheless, unless Coach Wechter wants to play field position. I doubt it.
Offense number 54. That penalty's declined. 4th down.
So they will decline the penalty, and 4th down coming up.
That'll give them the ball back as they call a timeout to stop the clock.
There's a timeout on the field coming up. The PSECU financial education tip. Focus on you. That's the PSECU difference. Fourth and 7 coming up for the Rams from their own 40-yard line with 2:19 to go before our focal point remodeling halftime report. Rams will punt the football. Palmer is back to receive it at his 30. Gets away from it, takes a bounce at the 35. That's where it'll be touchdown. Right at the 36-yard line is where the Crusaders will have the football with a 7-0 lead and 2:09 to go in the first half. Saunders has the screen pass to Jones Davis, our only touchdown of the night.
How about a little foreshadowing? The Rollers are beating Camp Hill at halftime 30-7. That's the Steel High Rollers over the Lions.
Yep.
Back to our trivia question, Phil.
It's got to be Steel High.
The Steel High Rollers, Coach Jim Deibler and his son, the quarterback, Junior Rob Deibler, they went 11-0 during the regular season.
1982, right? The first year.
1982, yes.
Of the Mid-Penn.
Yes, indeed. And then they lost. They beat Mechanicsburg in double overtime in the district semis, and then a rematch with Cumberland Valley. Cumberland Valley won the second one, and it was both teams finished 12-1 and ranked number 1 in the state. Back when there were no state playoffs till '88, but the Steel High Rollers were your Mid-Penn Division I, which is now called the Commonwealth, champions that first year. And then they went on the next year and won the district title over Mechanicsburg 10-7.
We'll see the Rollers next week against Susquehanna in the Mid-Penn Capital Division in Week 9.
And back in those days, the Rollers played in football and basketball. They played all comers at the top level. And for a small school, they were something else.
And there is an injured Ram down.
And finally won their first state title in basketball. It was at the Quad A level, the top level, in 1992, March 28th to be exact, when with 4 juniors and 1 senior starter, they defeated Punxsutawney for the state final at Hershey Stadium.
Wow.
Hershey Arena, excuse me.
So 2:09 to go here in the first half. 7-0 lead for the Crusaders. Plenty of time for them to try to get some more points on the board before half.
And they're going to go for it, believe me. That's why they got the timeout before that punt.
Saunders play action, throws it up the middle, and incomplete. Right in midfield, was looking for a quick 0.
And Ruth, it looked like it was right, Quick and Ruth both on the route there.
Take another look at the pass play. Barnes, 4 carries, 24 yards. Stone is now 5 of 11 passing for 78 yards and a touchdown. Jones Davis, 1 catch, the 29-yard touchdown on the screen. That is the offense for Bishop McDevitt. 2:03 to go, 2nd and 10 for the Crusaders. We'd love to tag on another couple of points on the board before the half.
A little bit of confusion. They're going to have to call a timeout here before the play clock goes off.
So there's a timeout on the field. Coach Wechter will talk things over with the offense. Let's get back to the Central Dauphin defense and how well they have played since that opening game where, you know, the opening night against Central York, they got just, you know, beat up a little bit in that opening game, 47-0. But since then, they've done a real nice job. They had a shutout against Carlisle. You know, the loss to Cumberland Valley. Cumberland Valley only scored 10 points in that game.
Yes, you know, they have a veteran defensive crew. They got Sean Rossler, defensive coordinator, linebacker coach Paul Lynn, who played here with Coach Chomp, 97, 98, 99. Ben Kohick, defensive line coach. They got a lot of veterans on that defensive staff, and they're coaching them up right now, as you see on your screen.
Coming up next week, week number 9. Hard to believe that is week number 9. And we'll be in the Mid-Penn Capital. Steel High Rollers, the defending state champs, will take on Susquehanna. The Blackhawks 2-5 this year with wins over Newport and Halifax. They're at Upper Dauphin tonight. And Steel High and Camp Hill playing, as aforementioned already. So that's where we'll be next week for week number 9.
Double slot here for the Crusaders on 2nd and 10.
Penalty marker comes out before the play could get started.
A legal procedure against the Crusaders. It'll back them up 5.
Pre-snap penalties.
Yeah.
They really are something that coaches get upset about. And
Dead ball. False start. Number 73 of the offense. 2nd down.
Penalties adding up for the Crusaders. Let's see if we can see it here on the screen on the replay for.
Yep, the line moved a little bit soon.
2nd and 15, moves them back to the 31 with 2:02 to go before the half. There's a look at Coach Wechter. Stone Saunders has a touchdown tonight. He has 25. He's the state's all-time career passing leader. Screen set up. They had a lot of success with the screen before. This one to Barnes, and Barnes across the 45-yard line to the 46. And that'll be enough for a first down. That'll move the sticks. The screen pass to Barnes.
Very similar screen as we saw in the touchdown to Jones Davis. We have a penalty here late on the play.
Penalty marker is out on about the 43-yard line, down by the McDevitt sideline. So we'll have to see what the penalty is all about. Penalties have really hurt McDevitt over the years. Could
Offensive
be on
lineman blocking downfield
could be on
here.
Logan, 73, the junior.
Either a block in the back or a hold, one would imagine.
6'3", 310-pound junior, number 73, Logan, I think is the one that was called for the penalty.
It's holding call.
So penalties continue to hurt McDevitt. This big screen play, you see it right there on your screen.
Yeah, there it is. He's
73.
holding Lebo. Yes.
Yep.
Good call out there by the officials. I've mentioned it before on our telecast. There are
Only
five officials in high school football. With all these spread sets, it's awfully difficult to cover all that ground. A lot of respect for what these officials do at the high school level, with no replay, mind you.
2nd and 9 now, 1:40 to go, first half. Saunders has the pass and completion to Ruth. Ruth close to midfield, and he has the first down.
They're going to play fast here as clock stops momentarily to move the chains. It's going to start again. Look at, oh, he almost dropped it.
Yeah, he dropped one earlier. That's his 13th catch of the season for the junior.
Phil, that throw right there by Saunders from the right hash all the way over out to the numbers shows his arm strength, the Kentucky recruit.
Kitchen saver first down, and Saunders goes the other way and has the completion on the sidelines to Diaz Ellis, who gets out of bounds after a 16-yard pickup and another first down.
He makes it look so easy.
11 yards on the pass play to Diaz and the catch.
A really good job of Diaz Ellis catching the ball, getting upfield and realizing, hey, time is our enemy right now. Let's get out of bounds and reset things to stop the clock with 1:16.
Diaz Ellis, the leading receiver for the Crusaders, came into this game with 32 catches, has a couple of grabs here tonight in the first half.
2 trips to the wide side of field, open down below.
1st and 10, Crusaders working in the Rams' 37-yard line with a 7-0 lead. Clean pocket for Saunders, throws and has the completion just shy of the 20-yard line. At the 22, Diaz Ellis with back-to-back catches.
That's a deep comeback. Thrown from the pocket, moving the chains.
15-yard pickup.
We're down going to be under a minute by the time this ball snapped, but that's okay. They're already at the 22 for McDevitt.
1 minute to go in the first half. Here comes some pressure. They get it to Barnes. Barnes tackled immediately. Great job by the Rams defense to knock Barnes out of bounds.
What happened there? Hodgkins blitzed up from the linebacker spot and forced a quick pass by Saunders. Ends up being, what, about a 2-yard loss on that, Phil?
Yep, 2-yard loss, so 2nd and 12 coming up. Hodgkins has been great tonight defensively. He's been all over the field.
He is a tough kid and a good student as well.
There's a look at Newhart, the sophomore linebacker. He has 30 tackles on the season, number 28.
He's a tough defender.
2nd and 12, 53 seconds to go before your Focal Point Remodeling halftime report. Devitt up 7-0, would like to add to that. At the Rams 24, Saunders with 3 wide receivers top of your screen, goes that way towards the end zone, has a man, and it's intercepted. They're fighting for the football. Ruth is trying to pull it away, and it's an interception. An interception into the end zone. The Rams defense comes up big. That is Johnson with his 2nd interception of the season. A huge defensive play for Johnson, the junior, with his 2nd pick of the season.
Jaden Johnson, good position. The receiver got behind him slightly, but he went high-pointed the ball. There you see it, comes down with it. Both guys have it.
They were fighting for it.
Yeah.
You see Ruth there trying to pull it out of Johnson's hands.
Usually that goes to the offense when they both have it, but it looks like Johnson had a little bit more. I don't know. That was a tough one, but big play for the Rams right at half.
Stone Saunders throws his 3rd interception of the season. And that was a big play for the Rams defensively to keep McDevitt, because they had all kinds of momentum.
Absolutely.
They wanted to score and get on the board before the end of the first half.
Expect a running play here by Central Dauphin just to get out of here at halftime. Here comes John Harris III.
Harris gets it right side on the sweep and gets a couple of yards, maybe 3. 2nd and 7 coming up as the clock ticks down to the 30-yard line. And that was just a huge defensive play by the Rams to keep the Crusaders out of the end zone. Johnson with that interception in the end zone with the fight he had with Ruth to pull it away. Coach McNamee's going to have to be happy with the way his defense has played here tonight in the first half. And the offense has moved the ball as well.
Yes, they're not going to snap the ball here. The offense did a little bit more than getting 0 on the, you would think they would have at least a field goal or a touchdown, because yes, early on especially, they had some nice drives.
Now during the Focal Point Remodeling halftime report, be sure to watch the PA Beef Council beef tip and recipe. And it's time now for both teams to hit the showers. They hit the showers is brought to you by West Shore Home. To the locker room they go. Halftime on Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics. Friday night rivals, and we got a good one between the 2 Mid-Penn Commonwealth rivals. It's 7-0 Bishop McDevitt with the lead. We'll talk to Coach McNamee before he heads off to the locker room for the half. Talk about the way his defense has performed here in the first half with that huge interception by Jones to keep them out of the end zone. We'll get a word from Coach McNamee in a second. And it's the Focal Point Remodeling halftime report, highlights and stats. Also some of the top highlights from around the country on the way. All coming up. 7-0 is our score. Bishop McDevitt with the lead, and we'll get Coach McNamee in position. All right, Coach McNamee, you have to be happy the way your defense has played. That interception to close out the first half. The defense has been big all first half.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the way he competed for that ball, and that's kind of a reflection of our defense in that half, competing throughout the entire 24-minute segment.
Glenn, your offense has moved the ball, just little things that have caused you not getting points on the board. The adjustments you'll make offensively to be able to get on the board in the second half.
Yeah, the biggest adjustments are what you just mentioned. We've got to clean that up. I like what our guys are doing up front overall, but we got to eliminate some of those things.
All right, Coach Mack, have a great second half. Thanks for the time. We are at the half here at Rocco Hortensio Stadium, and Bishop McDevitt has a 7-0 lead on Friday Night Rivals. Stay tuned. The Focal Point Remodeling halftime report is coming up when we get back.
This is the Focal Point Remodeling Halftime Report.
Homecoming tonight at Rocco Hortenzio Stadium. Good game in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth. Two rivals that haven't played since 2013. Crusaders have a 7-0 lead over the Rams at the half. Time to take a look at some of the best high school football plays from around the country. Enjoy.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Gonna throw it, little fade, caught, touchdown! Xavier Smith.
He goes right over the defender and makes a play.
What do they call that? You got mossed?
Wants to hold. They give it to Sheptock. He's flush, but he's got a lot of speed. Can he get the corner? He dives, and he is in! Forced touchdown by Bo Sheptock, diving into the end zone, and Danville takes back the lead.
Yep, they send it backer. Complete to Rios. He'll get the first down and more. Trying to hurdle a guy who was go down at the 31-yard line.
Furcus hit as he's throwing. Ball tipped and intercepted. Excellent job defensively by Eric Iosencio, the sophomore.
This young man coming out to the field right now is Jackson Maynard. He is suffering from Duchenne's syndrome. His family has established the Little Hercules Foundation, which is something that helps the young man and raises awareness for what he is battling all across the country. And there he has the football, and Jackson Maynard is heading towards the end zone tonight. And a very special touchdown. A lot of points will be scored during the season in games, but none bigger than that one right there. Touchdown, Jackson Maynard.
That was a great moment there.
Yes, it was.
Big lines at the food stands tonight. The food trucks are here at Rocco Hortenzio Stadium. A lot of people enjoying homecoming and enjoying this game. Bishop McDevitt 7, Central Dauphin nothing. You're watching the Focal Point Remodeling Halftime Report.
This is the Focal Point Remodeling Halftime Report.
7-0 Crusaders lead it on homecoming at Rocco Hortensio Stadium. Time now for our Scholar Athlete, brought to you by Schollenberger, Januzzi, and Wolf LLP. We start with Central Dauphin. Caden Williams, soccer and field hockey, an outstanding student in the classroom, is our Scholar Athlete. You know Caden Williams.
Sure, had her in class last year. Great young lady.
And then for Bishop McDevitt, Maxwell Henderson, basketball player and outstanding student. So both of these Scholar Athletes are eligible to win a $3,000 scholarship to be presented at the end of the season, courtesy of Schellenberger, Januzzi, and Wolf LLP, who are proud to support and encourage outstanding student athletes across central Pennsylvania. Congratulations to our student athletes tonight, Caden and Maxwell. Our halftime show will continue. Bishop McDevitt has a 7-0 lead. The Focal Point Remodeling halftime report will continue after this.
This is the Focal Point Remodeling Halftime Report.
Waiting to crown a homecoming king and queen here at Rocco Hortensio Stadium. First half, just one touchdown on the board. Let's take a look at our Focal Point Remodeling halftime first half highlights. The defense for McDevitt was good. They've had 4 or 5 sacks on the quarterback. Lawler has had a couple. Number 11 has been everywhere, the senior, with a sack there. And then it sets up Saunders, the screen pass. Saunders, the screen, and running with that football, doing the rest for 29 yards. The touchdown by Jones Davis. And then right before the end of the half, McDevitt looking for more points, and they have a fight for the football. And coming up with the interception, his second of the season, was Johnson. So there's your first half highlights. As far as stats are concerned, let's take a look. Total yards, 190 for McDevitt, 109 for Central Dauphin. Big factor, the 7 penalties for 65 yards for McDevitt, just 1 for Central Dauphin.
Central Dauphin cleaned up their penalties from last week, only 1 for 5. Yes, and we got a lot of football left, though. So Central Dauphin has to avoid giving up the big play and then chew that clock and move those chains a few times to get back in this game.
Balanced run and pass for the Central Dauphin Rams.
Yes.
So we'll have more of our Focal Point halftime report when we come back from Rocco Hortensio Stadium in Harrisburg. It's McDevitt and the Rams, the rivalry renewed. First time they played since 2013.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by EricBuysYourHouse.com.
Second half is coming up, but next week, week number 9, will be in the Mid-Penn Capital Division. Steel High, the Rollers, the defending state champs. And Coach Irby's team, 5-2 on the season, will take on the Susquehanna Blackhawks, who are 2-5 on the year. There's our homecoming king and queen, just crowned here. Homecoming tonight at Bishop McDevitt High School. And the Mid-Penn Commonwealth, Harrisburg and CD East tied atop, both 6-0. State College and Bishop McDevitt right behind them, 5-1. But tonight we already have a score. Central Dauphin East might suffer their first loss of the season. They're having a hard time with State College.
Yeah, State College up 35-10 right now. And as well as good of a season as East is having, their end of their schedule is very difficult. They have to still play the Crusaders, the Cougars, and right now playing the Little Lions down 35-7. But so far, a nice job by CD East in their first 7 ball games.
And of course, on your screens there, the Mid-Penn Colonial standings. But for the Mid-Penn Commonwealth, Harrisburg and Central Dauphin East tied atop at 6-0. So we will step aside and come back with more of our Focal Point Remodeling halftime report when we get back. Back at Rocco Hortensio Stadium, here comes the Rams for the second half, down just 7-0. Looking for maybe their 3rd win of the season. They are 2-5 coming in. They have not won since week number 4. They won back-to-back games in week 3 and 4, beat Carlisle and Altoona. Bishop McDevitt, of course, is on that 5-game win streak. They're 6-1. They opened the season with a win from over Mount St. Joseph's of Maryland. So as far as the playoffs are concerned, and we got to talk playoffs because it's close.
We're coming up.
We're talking playoffs. In 5A, 12 teams get in. The first 4 seeds get first-round byes. A lot of undefeated teams in District 3 5A. New Oxford's number 1. They're 7-0. And then Shippensburg, Mechanicsburg, Conrad Weiser, Conestoga Valley.
Shippensburg, Mechanicsburg play, I think, the last game of the season still. They're still up.
Yep. And then Bishop McDevitt is in the 6th spot. Now, they're 5-1 because they don't get any points for the Maryland win to open the season. So they have that 5-1 record. They're ahead of a 7-0 Exeter Township team as far as the power points. And then it's Cocalico, Hershey, and Warwick are the 10 to get in. A couple of teams that would like to get in, Spring Grove and Southwestern, who are both 4 and 3. They're at the 11 and 12 spots. 10 teams get in 5A. In 6A, Manheim Township and Central Dauphin East, both 7-0. Of course, East losing right now to State College. Then Wilson, Harrisburg, Central York, Dallastown, Cedar Crest, Hempfield, Cumberland Valley, Waynesboro, your 10. 10 teams get in, first 6 get byes. Governor Mifflin and Chambersburg, teams that would like to get in. Central Dauphin is at 14. Going to be highly unlikely that they could get in. As I said to you earlier tonight off air, this game tonight could be Central Dauphin's playoff game if they could beat their rival, Bishop McDevitt, who they haven't played since 2013.
You brought it up in the pregame when we were down in the field, and you were right about that. And Central Dauphin has themselves within striking distance, and that's what you want to do. They were down 14 at the half after a huge turnover on a blocked field goal, returned for a touchdown by the Central Dauphin East Panthers last week. Central Dauphin was planning to go into the halftime 14-14 or at least down 14-7, and all of a sudden they're down 21-7, and they battled back and lost 21-20. So they have some experience in this situation. I'm sure Jeff Wechter went in that locker room at halftime and talked to his kids, made some adjustments, and they're going to come out firing. They get the ball to start.
Yeah, I think he did more than talking.
Yes,
There's
probably
a little bit of yelling. Now, Stone Saunders, 9 of 16, 124 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. The amazing part of that, Stone Saunders has hit 8 different receivers, and of course he's probably had about 3 or 4 drops tonight as well. So he's 9 of 16, 124. Barnes, 4 carries, 24 yards. Jones Davis, 3 carries, 20 yards. The receivers, Jones Davis has a catch for 29 yards and a touchdown on that screenplay. Diaz Ellis, 2 catches, 27 yards. LaRue Jr., 1 catch, 22 yards. Ruth has a catch for 16 yards. Quick has 1 grab for 15. Barnes and Holton also have a catch for McDevitt, so a lot of different receivers getting involved.
Let's go back to early in the season when I think week 2 it was, Harrisburg kicks off to McDevitt in the 3rd quarter, and McDevitt runs it back to the 3-yard line. You got to be careful here if you're Central Dauphin. I'm anxious to see, are they going to kick a squib kick? Are they going to try to kick it deep? But they got to cover because this McDevitt kick return team is explosive.
Palmer is back to receive the punt, or the kickoff, excuse me. The Good Feet Store opening kickoff of the second half. Kirkpatrick tonight, 4 of 8, 57 yards passing. Harris, 11 carries, 68 yards, leading the way for the Rams. And Robinson Bell has 3 catches for 46 yards, and Wiley has a catch for 11 yards, the individual offensive numbers for Central Dauphin. So Central Dauphin will kick off to start this second half, down a touchdown.
They are kicking it deep.
Good Feet Store kickoff. Palmer gets it from the 5, and he's on the return. Palmer across the 20. Football's on the turf, but I think the Crusaders fell on it.
Yes, they did.
Palmer lost the football, but the Crusaders fell on the football at the 20-yard line. Robinson Bell was the one down there for the Rams.
He's all over the field defensively and kick coverage, and the ball's dead smack on the 20. And that's, if you're Central Dauphin, you're thrilled with that coverage team unit getting the job done and forcing McDevitt to go 80 yards.
So we know that State College is having their way with undefeated Central Dauphin East. We could shake up the Commonwealth a little bit, and East is who the Crusaders have next week, but they got to worry about this Rams team. And intercepted. Robinson Bell with the pick. Robinson Bell with the interception. The second pick of the night for Saunders. Robinson Bell with his first interception of the season, and the Rams are set up in territory to score.
It's a run pass option. He's going to elect to throw the deep slant, and the linebacker just getting his hands up in the passing lane and somehow comes down with it. And now the McDevitt defense is going to have to get stiff here if they want to preserve the shutout, because the Central Dauphin Rams are knocking at the door just outside the 10-yard line.
So Saunders only had 2 interceptions all season, and he has 2 here tonight. And they are working in the Keystone Fireplace red zone are the Rams. Jay Harris straight ahead after the big interception. Logan made the stop. 2nd and 9 from the 10 for the Rams.
Not much there for the Central Dauphin running attack on first down. They can still get a first down to the 1 yard line.
There was a look at Saunders on the sideline after Robinson Bell picked him off and has his Rams in a great scoring position. Kirkpatrick out of the gun, sends Harris in motion. They give it to him on the sweep.
Nothing.
Harris gets nothing as he was tackled from behind. Dennis, 55 there to track him down.
That McDevitt defense stood up and said, we are not allowing you, Central Dauphin, to run the football. Even though you have a ton of momentum right now, we're going to force you to go to the air if you want to be able to get this ball in the end zone.
Crusaders with 5 sacks in the first half. They've gotten after Kirkpatrick. 5 sacks in that first half. They had 5 sacks a week ago in the win over Cumberland Valley.
Bootleg.
Patrick to his right.
Nearly picked.
Oh, the ball was knocked down, almost intercepted.
I think you got to go field goal here. Give yourself some points. And that's what they're going to do. Here comes a field goal unit. Now, last week,
Palmer almost had that pick for.
Yep, he did. Last week, through the B gap right at the end of the half, meaning between the right guard and the right tackle, it was a defender from Central Dauphin East came right through, an easy block for the Panthers last week. They got to shore up this protection. Do the Rams.
So field goal attempt coming. This will be a 26-yarder. Jimenez will try the 26-yarder. Jimenez's kick is up, and the kick is good. The Rams would have loved to have 6, but they got 3. And the game's a little tighter. The Rams trail 7-3. Good game tonight. The Rams would have loved to have 7 after the big interception, but all they got was Jimenez's first field goal of the season for the junior kicker after the Robinson Bell interception. So here's another good feet store kickoff. The Rams will kick it back to the Crusaders. Palmer on the return. Goes to the outside. Penalty marker comes down. Comes back to the right side, now to the middle of the field for Palmer, spinning, still on his feet, across the 20-yard line. Palmer still running, now reverses field, and is finally tackled at the 21-yard line. Palmer ran all over the field on that return.
Yes, he did. And they're going to get the ball all the way back to the 8-yard line. The first possession of the game, Stone Saunders had to start from his own 1. Now he's got to start from the number on his jersey from the 8-yard line.
Here's the remarkable home buyers scoring summary. It was the interception, the second one of the night that Stone Saunders threw. Robinson Bell with the pick, set him up in great field position, but the Crusaders defense held them to the Jimenez field goal here, his first field goal of the season. And there's your scoring summary. It's 7-3. McDevitt holding on to the lead. Remarkable home buyers scoring summary. Penalty marker will be on the Crusaders. They had penalty problems. They had 7 penalties in the first half for 65 yards, and now their 8th penalty of the game. So that moves them back after Palmer ran all over the field. There's a look at Robinson Bell, who had that interception. Handoff, right side. Only a couple of yards. Barnes on the carry. Picks up a couple. Kurtz was in there. Also hit by Coleman. Big defensive lineman Coleman, now over 50 tackles on the season. Was there to bring down Barnes. So
Newhart also, a lot of defenders running to the football here for the Rams.
2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8. Crusaders on their own 10-yard line. Barnes gets the handoff and gets to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. The Rams defense stepping up in a big way as Barnes couldn't go anywhere. A big 3rd down coming up now for the Crusaders.
Sean Rossler, a veteran defensive coordinator, got hired here at Central Dauphin by George Chomp in the late 90s, 99 season.
Book made the stop from his defensive end spot, was able to wrap up Barnes. A 3rd and 7 coming up from the 11 for the Crusaders. Momentum is starting to swing a little bit towards the Rams here in the start of the second half.
Yes, it is.
Saunders, time to throw, clean pocket, and has the completion to Holton Jr., who has the first down. The freshman with the big catch, his 2nd catch of the game, now 9 catches on the season for the 5'8", 140-pound freshman.
Holton and Quick both hooked up at the first down marker. Saunders elected to go to the inside receiver. And nice pass and catch to move the chains.
13 yards pickup. Holton Jr., there he is on the sideline after the 13-yard catch from Saunders. 2nd catch of the night for Holton Jr. 1st and 10 from the 24 for the Crusaders. Their 9th first down of the game. High snap, Saunders gets it out to Dawson. Dawson goes nowhere, tackle for a loss. Penalty marker comes down.
You gotta know when to come in there. You can't hit after the whistle, and that's what it was.
Hodgson was in on the play. We'll have to wait for the call. Jack Dawson with his 3rd catch for the junior out of the backfield.
It's definitely going to be a late hit against the Rams. It's great to play aggressive, but you got to know when to hold up at all levels of football.
Wait for them to figure it out.
It's going to be a 15-yarder from the 24.
And it was right at the Central Dauphin Rams sideline where the penalty took place.
After the play, personal foul. Number 6 of the defense, 15-yard penalty, first.
That's Kurtz coming up from a safety position, a 3-year starter and defensive back, had a great game last week on all facets. They're way too late, you can't do it.
Yeah, Hodgson had him wrapped up, and then he came up real late. Kurtz gets the penalty.
I love the hustle, I love the effort, but you got to know when to hold up.
So the penalty gives the Crusaders a 1st and 10. They get the ball to Quick. Quick is Quick. There goes Quick into Rams territory and knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line by Kurtz. That's a 1-800-GOT-JUNK first down. Saunders to Quick, a lot of run after catch for number 0.
A simple pass play to a skill guy, and it's like basketball on grass.
Quick now 27 catches on the season. Barnes, the handoff right side, still pushing the pile forward to the 30-yard line, still going. Barnes hard to bring down, gets just shy of the 30. Book was the one that finally brought him down. Number 61 with some tackles here on this defensive drive, or defensive possession for the Rams.
We talk about the little things in sports. I'm sure you do, Phil, with your basketball team in the winter, and you just gotta know when to hold up and not pile on.
Momentum was for the Rams until that big 15-yard penalty. The Rams would have gotten the football back if it wasn't for that penalty. So now a 2nd and 6 from the 31, working in Ram territory. Saunders time to throw, now being chased out of the pocket, rolls to the right side. Saunders is going to run. Saunders has the first down, still on his feet, and Saunders with a 10-yard run for a 1-800-GOT-JUNK first down. Hodgson was the one that finally brought Saunders down, but not after a 10-yard pickup.
Heady play here by Saunders. He looks downfield, sees a little gap.
That's the 2nd time tonight. In the first half, he used his legs for a first down run, and he does it again here. 6:45 to go in this 3rd quarter. And the Crusaders want to answer the Rams field goal. Here's a look at the McDevitt coaching staff, Jeff Wechter.
Been here since 1998.
27 years. Saunders throws, has Quick Quick spinning, and he's inside the 10-yard line. Quick with 2 big catches in this drive. Kurtz was the one that tackled him at the 9-yard line. So a 1st and goal coming up for the Crusaders.
Looked off to the bubble, quick pump to the bubble, and goes downfield to Quick. 1st and goal.
Bishop McDevitt with great tradition. 17 District 3 championships, 2 state championships. Coming 2 years ago in 2022, and then their first one in 95 when the man standing next to me was the coach. Or Chapman, the 95 state championship. Barnes, right side, running towards the goal line, he's in. 9-yard touchdown by Barnes, his 5th rushing touchdown of the season, and the Crusaders are on the board. Take a look at your Faulkner Honda touchdown.
Ran the pay dirt there, 2nd effort. There's the mix of running pass that Coach Wechter wants for his McDevitt offense. Didn't really get touched until he got to the 2 or the 3, broke 2 tackles. Simultaneously, he's in the end zone.
Corella will kick the extra point after the Barnes touchdown. Barnes is 5th of the season.
This kid has a heck of a leg.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. What a statement. A 92-yard drive ends with Barnes' touchdown, and the Crusaders have a 14-3 lead. Sometimes sports is a game of momentum. The momentum was for the Rams, and then the penalty, and now the momentum's for the Crusaders. Big home crowd tonight on homecoming, and they like now that they have the 14-3 lead instead of the 7-3 lead that they had a few moments ago. And that was a huge penalty that gave the Crusaders second life, and they took advantage of it. Barnes scored his 5th rushing touchdown of the season on a 9-yard touchdown. Crusaders now up 14-3, and another good feet store kickoff. So the Rams will have the football back, and their offense going to need to put some points on the board. Robinson Bell drops the ball, so it'll be a touchback, and they'll have it at the 20. So let's take a look at the scoring summary, the remarkable homebuyer scoring summary. It was a 9-play, 92-yard drive, capped off by this Barnes 9-yard touchdown. Of course, it was aided by the Kurtz personal foul penalty that gave the Crusaders a second chance, and they took advantage of it and scored on a 9-play drive. Took 4 minutes off the clock.
92 yards to pay dirt for the Crusaders.
And they had him in a 3rd and long. Would have got Crusaders would have had to punt the football back to the Rams, and then that penalty.
Now let's see if the Rams can answer. They got to go 80.
They have a field goal tonight. No touchdowns for this Rams offense, but they've moved the football. Ball is intercepted. Ball is picked off and returned to the house. That is Palmer, or Crummel. It's 28, Crummel. No, it's Palmer. It's Palmer.
Just that quickly.
Palmer with the interception return for the 28-yard score. Palmer with the pick, his 1st of the season. Kirkpatrick throws the interception. That's his 6th interception, and Palmer takes it to the house. Not bad for his 1st pick. Returns at 29 yards for the score.
5'6", 140 junior, but a lot of quickness and anticipation on that one.
The extra point comes, so just like that, it was just a few minutes ago, it was a 7-3 game. Now it's about to be 21-3, just like that. Interception returned by Palmer for the score.
False start, number 73. Another time down.
So penalty on the Crusaders. Jimenez.
They could quite honestly have about 7 more of those.
Yep. Gorella in for the extra point. He has a pretty strong leg, even though it pushed him back a little bit. Trying to put the Crusaders up 21-3.
To win the game against Harrisburg was a 52-yarder. On the last play of the game, he missed it wide left by about 2 feet.
Yep. That kick is up and good for the extra point. And there's a penalty marker down.
We got a little scuffle out here. You got to be careful.
These two teams that are big rivals that have not played on the football field since 2013. Coach Wechter says, keep your head, guys, keep your heads. We're in control now, 21-3. Coming up tomorrow, out in California, it's going to be a sunny day, high of about 87. How will Penn State deal with the hot weather being out in Southern California?
Is it January 1st?
No. Penn State and USC tomorrow, 3:30 on CBS 21, Big Ten college football. James Franklin against Lincoln Riley. The coaching matchup should be good. And then on Sunday, the NFL, Steelers and Raiders. Steelers with trying to come off, get a win over in Vegas after losing 2 games in a row. So it'll be the Steelers and the Raiders, 4 o'clock on Sunday. It starts at noon with the NFL today.
Give me the 2 quarterbacks back in the 70s that they went head-to-head many times. Both wore number 12.
Bradshaw.
Yes. And the lefty from Alabama, Kenny
Stabler.
That's right. Kenny the Snake
The
Stabler.
the Snaker. Those were classic matchups in the 70s.
Oh, were they ever.
And you talk about personalities that Bradshaw had, and Stabler had an unbelievable personality as well. Those 70s matchups.
Back when the quarterbacks called all the plays.
Yes.
In the huddle.
Steelers offense, they rank 23rd in the league right now for total offense, and really the Raiders not much better. They're 24th, so just both offenses struggling. It should be an interesting game on Sunday. There is your Good Feet Store kickoff. Bell will have to take it, and he's across the 15-yard line, still pushing the pile. It is hard to believe that
it's a rugby scrum.
Yeah, it was only a few minutes ago where the score was 7-3, and now it's 21-3. Let's take a look at a remarkable home buyer scoring summary. Palmer comes up with the interception and takes it to the house for the pick 6. The defense with their 11th takeaway and their 6th interception of the season, and the first for Palmer, and it was a big one for the junior who took it to the house. And there he is, defensively having a big night. This McDevitt defense played very well last week against Cumberland Valley, playing well here tonight. They've got 5 sacks on the quarterback. They have an interception. 5:36 to go, 3rd quarter. The Rams need some points. They had a balanced attack in the first half of run and pass. Send Harris in motion, then give it to the inside man. Nice play. Newhard puts his head down and has the first down. 12-yard pickup.
Injured Crusader on the field. Nice play design here.
Newhard, just his 5th carry of the season.
Coleman pulled around. We got a guy down for McDevitt.
12-yard pickup for Newhard after the Reinhardt stop. Injured Bishop McDevitt player at the 5:29 mark of the 3rd quarter. Crusaders trying to make it 6 in a row. They would love to win the Commonwealth. Time for our mustache cam, 3rd quarter of Friday Night Rivals. And there's a Wechter with a mustache. Braden. Barber Styling Institute mustache cam. Rocking the mustache on the McDevitt sidelines. More than a mustache there. Full beard. There's our Barber Styling Institute mustache cam. On Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals. The injured McDevitt player getting up with some help. Bishop McDevitt next week will face Central Dauphin East, and then the following week they'll make a trip to Happy Valley. for week number 10 when they play State College. State College has the best defense in the Commonwealth. They're only giving up an average of 7 points a game. And Bishop McDevitt, by the way, they have the best offense in the Commonwealth. Coming into tonight, scoring 288 points, a 41-point average. Kirkpatrick gonna run, spins, and has 2 yards. 2nd and 8 coming up after the Kirkpatrick run.
I was going to say last possession, even if CD could get a field goal, it puts it within 8 with his 1 score, but then the pick 6 happened, and now they're down 18. They gotta think touchdowns from here on out, obviously.
We were just saying that the Rams had the momentum, and it's just like that, momentum shifted in a big way towards the Crusaders. It was a 7-3 game. Now all of a sudden it's 21-3.
Dead ball foul. False start. Number 4.
You can't afford these.
5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
The Rams only had 1 penalty in the first half. There they have a costly one here.
Puts them behind the chains, really. They were at a 2nd and 8. Now they're in a 2nd and 13.
There is Coach McNamee. Crusaders showing they're bringing some pressure. Crowd in the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 13 from the Rams' 27-yard line. Already 5 sacks on the night for this Crusaders defense. They look like they're going to bring some pressure. Here they come. Kirkpatrick just gets rid of it, fires it up, and it's caught in stride. Robinson Bell, bye-bye. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the season for Robinson Bell, who had the big interception and now has the touchdown.
Kirkpatrick took a shot. He's still down, but he put the ball right on the money. That's what you need to do when you have pressure. You got to throw the ball up. And
take a look at the hit.
Okay.
That Barnes was the one that hit him. And in stride goes Robinson Bell for his 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. The Central Dauphin Rams are back in the football game.
Yes, they are. And still down is Kirkpatrick. Looks like he took a shot to the midsection. And you sort of hate to say you want to see that type of shot rather than, you know, something to the arm or the legs. I think he'll be fine. He's a tough kid. He's up.
Kirkpatrick gets up and he gets a pat on the head by his coach, Glenn McNamee.
Probably got the wind knocked out of him, I would imagine.
Coach McNamee said he's one of the most improved players on the team. Really had a great summer, worked very hard, was thrown into the fire his sophomore year. In week 10 he had to start because they were down to the 4th string quarterback. That's his exactly sophomore years against for the Central Dolphin
He was
Rams.
Actually the 3rd stringer, but they decided to go with a skill player like a wildcat
and
type
then he
player.
got hurt, and then Kirkpatrick had to finish up and start week 10. Played a little bit in week 9 his sophomore year. Didn't play much at all last season, and then has been the starter all of this year. So he has his 2nd touchdown of the season. That's just the 2nd touchdown for Kirkpatrick, both of them to Robinson Bell.
Off of Kurt's hold.
Yemas the extra point. We'll have to see if he can put it through, and he does. So 21-10. So the Rams have an answer, and they find themselves back in the football game. Coming up next week, week number 9 will be in the Mid-Penn Capital. Take a look at the defending state champs, the Steel High Rollers, as they'll be at Susquehanna. The Rollers and the Blackhawks next week on Friday Night Rivals. For the
Andrew Irby had a state record, most career touchdown passes. Was a big 33 quarterback, and that record got
beat by Stone Saunders.
Beaten by Stone Saunders this next season, a few weeks in. Saunders, both 4-year starters, Irby.
Stone Saunders, 181 career touchdown passes. He had 46 his freshman year, 54 touchdown passes his sophomore year, 56 touchdown passes last year, and this year he has 25. So he has 181 touchdown passes and 16 career interceptions. He only had 2 picks his freshman year when he completed 64% of his passes.
They went to the state championship that year and lost to a super tight game to Aliquippa.
And then they came back his sophomore year to win the title.
Yep, over that same Aliquippa program.
Good feet store kickoff. The Rams on the board and back in the game. It's 21-10. They still have some work to do. Here's Palmer, who has the pick six. Palmer is a special player. Good return up to the 30-yard line for Palmer. Time to take a look at our scoring summary. Remarkable home buyers scoring summary. It was a quick one, 3 plays, 80-some yards. The big touchdown, Robinson Bell with his second touchdown catch. 3 plays, 82 yards, took 1:10 off the clock. Remarkable home buyers scoring summary. Patrick's second touchdown of the season. Robinson Bell's second touchdown catch of the year. The Rams back on the board. Robinson Bell has had a touchdown tonight, had a big pick. Number 4 has been very active. That is Jones Davis running and getting the first down run. 11-yard pickup and a first down. Kurtz finally brought him down, but not after 11 yards by Jones Davis.
Nobody touched him within 8 yards. And
Robinson Bell having a huge night. 4 catches, 119 yards, and that touchdown.
And this is where the CD defense has to be really come up strong here and keep McDevitt from mixing run and pass. Another big run.
They're just trying to run the football. Jones Davis back-to-back runs, and great first down run for him. 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4 for the Crusaders, up 21-10. Jones Davis comes out.
Nice 2 runs by the junior running back.
Yep, Barnes comes in. They have that 1-2 punch. They're both juniors. Barnes is a junior, Jones Davis is a junior. That's nice to have the 1-2 punch for the Crusaders in the backfield. They give it to Barnes, straight up the middle. He breaks a tackle and he has the first down. And he's into Rams territory. 1-800-GOT-JUNK first down. Kurtz was the one that brought him down, but 11-yard pickup by Barnes.
McDevitt came out these last 3 plays, said we're up 11, we're going to run it, try to run it right down the Rams' throat, force them to try to stop us. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep at it.
1st and 10, the Crusaders working in Rams territory, and that is Barnes. Picks up a yard or 2. Lebo made the stop. 2:35 to go here in this 3rd quarter. We've had some points in this quarter. It was 7-0 at the half, and now it's 21-10. Some serious action and points on the board here in this 3rd quarter after a 7-0 first half. High snap for Saunders, has it, throws it right side, has the completion right at the sticks. It'll be a first down as Ruth makes the catch, his 3rd catch of the game. And that is a 12-yard pickup. Harris made the stop for the Rams.
Playing loose coverage on the corners there. Saunders is going to take advantage of that. Don't be surprised if he does some more of that on this, even on this drive as they're at the 30-yard line going in.
2 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders from the 30.
He's such a strong, accurate arm. Throw that out pass or deep pitch. Here it comes.
Saunders has the pass to Quick. Quick inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line.
Hit the inside receiver, gets good blocking from
12-yard pickup, another first down. Robinson Bell brought him down. Quick is very good with run after catch. The sophomore. 1st and 10 as they're working in the Keystone Fireplace red zone, the 18-yard line. They give it to Barnes, right side, cuts up to the middle, and a penalty marker comes down. I think it's going to be a hold on the Crusaders. Lebo is the one that made the stop on Barnes.
We've mentioned it already. Some of these drives these penalties have really hurt McDevitt. And numerous holds throughout the game, and they're getting another one here.
And 7 penalties in the first half for almost 70 yards. It's going to be a hold on the Crusaders, and that'll move them back out of the red zone.
Holding. Of the offense. 8-yard penalty from the previous spot, first down.
They got The center for the hold. It's time to raise the roof with the Central Dauphin band. Abel Sun Roofing and Siding. Raise the roof. Before you sign, call Abel Sun Roofing and Siding. Raising the roof here at Rocco Hortensio Stadium. Saunders to throw. Has a man and over the head of Diaz Ellis and incomplete.
Interesting rail. Ellis ran like he was going to run a post, put on the brakes, turned over his outside shoulder and sprinted to the sidelines, and Saunders just missed him.
Johnson almost got his hands on that. He had that interception to end the first half in the end zone. Number 5 for the Rams defensively was on coverage.
Johnson did a really good job, as well as the under coverage of sandwiching under-over for that receiver, and it forced an errant throw.
2nd and 19 from the 27 for the Crusaders, up 21-10. 1:15 to go third quarter. Saunders fires and has the completion at the sticks to Ruth. Right at the original line of scrimmage.
I mentioned they would probably come back to that, and they did 2 plays later. You'll see the loose coverage out there to the right of your screen. As Harris is trying to not give up the big ball. Now it's going to be 3rd, and they need about 10, and basically have 2 downs to get it. I doubt they're going to try a field goal here.
9-yard pickup on that Saunders to Ruth pass. Now a 3rd and 10 from the 19 for the Crusaders. Saunders with some pressure, fires, and same play.
Right over the outside linebacker's hand.
They go right to Ruth. Harris was the one that knocked him out of bounds.
Here comes power. Here comes 4th and 1. Expect some physicalness from the McDevitt offensive front.
That was crazy. They ran the exact same play twice to Ruth, and they got it. So a 4th and 1 coming up for the Crusaders. 4th and 1.
And they're sneaking it.
Saunders pushes.
Oh my, is it close?
I don't know if he got it. It depends on the spot. We'll have to see. Running behind Slover, the 6'2", 240-pound junior center. Saunders pushed forward. Depend on the spot. Take another look here, 4.
I think he got it. Yeah, he got it.
1 minute to go in this third quarter.
Wait, are they gonna measure?
Crusaders looking to try to get their 6th straight win in a row and stay alive in the Commonwealth with 2 big games coming up. Central Dauphin East next week, and then a big trip in week 10 to Happy Valley to take on State College.
He got a surge down low, looked like he got enough yardage, but let's see here.
Measurement says Rams say it's short. They're celebrating. We'll have to wait for the official word.
It is short.
It is short. They stop him on a 4th and 1. What a job by the Rams defense. And they take over on downs, stopping Saunders. The defense coming up big. Came up big last week against Central Dauphin East with some big stops on 4th downs. And another one here for Coach McNamee's group.
And now they got it. Now remember, down 11. Even a field goal here, we're still not in the 4th quarter yet. A field goal will put you down 1 score. Obviously, you want to think touchdown.
Robinson Bell's been a big threat. 4 catches, 119 yards, a long touchdown. McDevitt has 9 penalties for 85 yards. Kirkpatrick, 5 of 11, 130 yards. A touchdown and an interception for the quarterback, who needs to come up big here with a 1st and 10 from his own 8. Give the ball to Jay Harris. Harris runs around and gets tripped. He was going for some yards there. Might have got enough for the 1st down. He was running that way, but then got tripped up by Jones Davis, was the one that tripped him up. Watch number 5, just enough to trip him.
Yes, he did.
2-yard pickup. Probably would have been a 10-yard gain, but Jones Davis with an outstanding play to trip him up for just a 2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8 now from the 11. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Kirkpatrick out of the gun. Here comes the blitz. And they get him for the 6th time tonight. The 6th sack for this Crusaders defense. Just coming hard. That is Chris Thompson.
Watch this. McDevitt releases 5 receivers. You got to get rid of the ball early because they're bringing heat.
Chris Thompson with the sack, sacks number 6, 6-yard loss, and that's the final play of the third quarter. Crusaders defense playing big, the Rams defense playing big. We enter the fourth quarter. It's Bishop McDevitt 21, Central Dauphin 10. Phil Shaner alongside Ford Chapman tonight. Rocco Hortenzio Stadium, Bishop McDevitt with a 21-10 lead. Big 3rd and 14 from the 5 for the Rams.
Draw.
They give it to Harris. Harris has some yards. Just shy of the first down by about 3 yards. Harris got some explosion through there, but not enough for the first down.
You're down 2 scores. Start of the fourth quarter, you almost have to punt here.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to go for it. Too risky at this point where you're at.
The problem is you're going to punt to a Stone Saunders offense that is going to be able to run and pass. I agree with the punt.
Hodgson out into punt from his 3-yard line. And McDevitt didn't have anyone back originally.
He's faking it. Oh, nice completion, but he didn't get it.
Oh, didn't get it. They turned it over on downs. They gambled and lost. They had the fake punt, and he is stopped short. R.J. Duffy comes up and makes the big stop on defense.
Nice aggressive play here, but good defensive play there. You're right.
R.J. Duffy comes in, wasn't fooled by the fake, but that was a gutsy call by Coach McNamee and his staff to go for it, that situation, to start the fourth quarter. Now, McDevitt is inside the Keystone Fireplace red zone. There's a look at R.J. Duffy, who's been big defensively tonight for the Crusaders. Stone Saunders with a short field with a 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Fakes to Barnes and gets the ball out to Quick. Quick inside the 5-yard line and is tackled at the 3. So Quick gets it down to the 3-yard line, a 1st and goal.
There's your run after the catch again, Phil.
Yep.
You've been talking about.
Robinson Bell, John Harris brought him down.
Catching the ball behind the line of scrimmage, utilizing your legs, getting a good block out in the corner that he's gotten several times here by Gage Ruth, number 18.
21-10, but Bishop McDevitt is only 3 yards away from adding to that lead here to start the fourth quarter. McDevitt, first year in the Commonwealth, would love to win the Commonwealth. A lot of talk about, oh, McDevitt's playing with the big boys, but they've been in this position before. High snap, Saunders was able to touch it down to himself and loses a yard or two, gets the ball at the 5-yard line. That could have been worse. Athletic play by the Kentucky commit, was able to knock that high snap down to himself.
Is that going to force them to put the ball in the air and have Stone Saunders potentially add another completion touchdown to his already state record. We'll see here.
He has 25 touchdowns on the season, 181 in his career.
Got to get somebody out there on the edge here to the left. They're going to throw it out to the left.
Saunders throws it. Almost picked off by Johnson. Johnson could have went 100 yards the other way.
Yes, he could have. He could have gone no distance.
Looking to get it to Quick, and Johnson almost picked that route. Here's another look. Watch number 5 almost caught it as Quick got one hand on it. One hand, and
go up with two.
Johnson was almost there for the pick, and he would have went the distance if he would have got that one. So now a 3rd and goal from the 5 for the Crusaders. Quick pass, gets it to Quick, but he's short. Quick got it down to the inch line. Robinson Bell was there. Just shy of that goal line for Quick.
Now they tried the quarterback sneak last time they were in a short yardage. He looks like he's so close. The sneak may work here. See what the power game can do for the Crusaders.
Yep, last time they had that 4th down. Saunders tried to push the pile and get the 1st down, but the Rams defense was able to hold them for a turnover on downs. Here's a 4th and goal from the 1.
You may have to get a timeout here if you're McDevitt because they're going to have to hustle. The clock's down to 5.
Play clock at 5, now 4, now 3. And they hand the football off towards the goal line, fighting, good second effort.
He's in.
Touchdown, Bishop McDevitt. They got the play just off, and they get the touchdowns as Jones Davis has a receiving touchdown, and now his 7th rushing touchdown of the season. Jones Davis in from 1 yard out.
Not by much, but good effort there.
That's your Faulkner Honda touchdown. Jones Davis, his 2nd score of the night. This one, a 1 yard touchdown, his 7th rushing touchdown, and the Crusaders.
3rd ball foul, unsportsmanlike, number 4 for Central Dauphin.
They're going to take it on the kickoff. We couldn't hear Dave Spazzeri's mic there, but allegedly they're going to probably kick off. McDevitt will from across midfield.
Varela on for the extra point. 9:05 to go in the 4th quarter. The Rams gambled. They went for it with a fake punt on a 4th down, didn't get it, and the Crusaders made them pay. Extra point is up and good, and Bishop McDevitt extends their lead to 28-10. Jones Davis, 2 touchdowns tonight, 1 receiving, 1 rushing. It was a 7-0 game at the half. It's now a 28-10 game with 9:04 to go. 4th quarter, Bishop McDevitt with another rushing touchdown. Jones Davis, 7th rushing touchdown of the season, a 1-yarder after the Rams gambled with a 4th down where they ran a fake punt that they didn't get. Saunders, 17 of 26 tonight, 220 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Quick, 4 catches, 68 yards. Barnes on the ground, 10 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown. Barnes has a rushing touchdown, so does Jones Davis. Jones Davis also had a screen pass, the first touchdown of the game, went 29 yards for the score. There's your good feet store kickoff into the end zone and a touchback. The Rams will have the football at the 20. Central Dauphin will close out the season at Harrisburg next week, and then at Chambersburg. We'll be home at Harrisburg next week. Time for a remarkable home buyer scoring summary. The 1-yard touchdown, Jones Davis. 5-play, 17-yard drive. And the crowd here at Rocco Hortensio Stadium just told about the State College score. A big lead over Central Dauphin East, who was undefeated. So that'll be a big game next week. That's who Bishop McDevitt will have here at Rocco Hortensio Stadium next week, CD East, who looks like they're going to fall to State College tonight. And then State College will be the opponent for Bishop McDevitt in week 10 at Happy Valley.
Lebo
bouncing outside is
Wildcat.
Lebo. Bounces to the outside on the Wildcat run and gets 11 yards and a first down. Reinhardt made the stop, but Lebo got 11 yards and moves the sticks. 28-10. Still in the Wildcat. Lebo hands the football off. And not much at all there by Garcia on the run. Barnes made the stop. Garcia's had a couple of carries tonight. Able to pick up 2 yards, second down and about 8. RJ Duffy also in on that stop. RJ's had a big night. He's been a very pleasant surprise for this McDevitt defense, who's playing tonight without Vinnie Brooks, who's injured on the sidelines. Brooks with 55 tackles this season, injured on crutches and a brace here tonight. Garcia gets the inside handoff, get to the 35-yard line. Here's a look at Vinnie Brooks on the sideline. That's a big loss for this Crusaders defense, but they've played big. 6 sacks, an interception, pick 6 by Palmer, all with Brooks watching from the sidelines. 7:40 to go, clock rolls fourth quarter. Crusaders up, homecoming tonight here at Rocco Hortensio Stadium, a 28-10 lead over Central Dauphin. Third down, Lebo hands it off inside Harris. Bouncing around, gets to the 35. Last Central Dauphin win in this series was 2010. They won 17-7. CD won back-to-back games in this series in 2006-07. They actually started playing in 1955. McDevitt and CD, they split 21 meetings from 1955 to 1981, and then in 1982 began Mid-Penn Conference play.
Central Dauphin won the 82 first time in the Mid-Penn, but they were both in the South Central and played every year for a long time, as you said.
McDevitt leads the overall series in this rivalry, 30-23-1. Barnes drops the punt, now picks it up. He's on the return and falls down at the 25-yard line. So the Crusaders will have the ball back after Palmer's return. 28-10 lead. So yeah, these two teams definitely very much a rivalry. First meeting in 1955, but the last time they played was in 2013. McDevitt won that game 34-14. That was the year this place opened up. That was the first year of Rocco Hortensio Stadium when they moved from Market Street to this beautiful complex and played in this stadium. It was the first year, and that was the last time they played in 2013. Barnes takes the handoff, explodes through the hole across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Not a bad first down run for Barnes, who has a rushing touchdown tonight. Robinson Bell made the stop. He's been all over the place tonight for the Central Dauphin Rams defensively. Last week he had 6 tackles. He's in double digits in tackles tonight. Is Robinson Bell, who also had a pick in the end zone. Oh, that was Jones, excuse me, had that pick in the end zone. So second down and 4 from the 32. They're just going to keep it on the ground. Barnes running and has the first down. Picks up 6 yards and moves the sticks. Kitchen saver first down run by Barnes. Newhart made the stop for the Rams after the 6-yard pickup.
Ram is down.
Injured Ram player. Look at him. So the Rams just 2-5 coming in. They have Harrisburg next week, and then they finish with Chambersburg.
Looks like Shoemaker down.
You know, here's something we didn't talk about. The fact that Central Dauphin's defense playing great, but how much better would the defense be if, you know, they had Mason Wydra, who was expected to be back to IMG Academy.
That's right. Yes, he's playing in Florida right now, and he
was
also a wrestler.
Yeah, he had 27 wins in wrestling at IMG Academy in Florida, and he would have added to the Rams defense for sure. He was
in their offense as well. He ran the football solidly. He's a junior.
That was a big loss for them when he decided to go to IMG Academy, but obviously a great opportunity for him at IMG Academy in Florida. 1st and 10 from the 38 for the Crusaders. Hands off right up the middle to Jones Davis, powers his way across the 45 to the 46-yard line. So now a 2nd and short after the Jones Davis run, a pickup of 8 yards on that carry. 2nd and 2 now for the Crusaders. So there's a lot to play for the Crusaders if they want to try to win the Mid-Penn Commonwealth. They have Central Dauphin East and State College. Of course, they would need Harrisburg to slip up.
And that doesn't look very likely since Harrisburg beat State College 7-6 earlier in the year on a blocked field goal by their star wide receiver, Koch, the junior. Over the middle, he just jumped up over the center and got it with his one hand and preserved a 7-6 Cougar lead. Late in the game.
Yep, Jones Davis just ran for 10 yards and got the first down, 1st and 10, the Rams' 43-yard line. So the last game of the season, Bishop McDevitt fans, if they take care of business next week, they'd be cheering for Central Dauphin East. They play Harrisburg in the final game of the season in week 10, but Harrisburg controls their own destiny to win the Commonwealth. Of course, Harrisburg's only loss was the first game of the season when they lost to LaSalle College, and Morin made the stop on that play after the game.
And Harrisburg's best player got hurt the week of the McDevitt game at practice with a non-contact injury.
Yeah, Kevin Brown.
Yes, and he's a junior. And his dad was a great player at Harrisburg as well, graduated in '99.
We were here for the Harrisburg McDevitt game. The play of the Harrisburg young quarterback just
absolutely
really,
throughout that game.
He just grew up right in front of our eyes on that Saturday afternoon here at Rocco Ortenzio Stadium. The only loss of the season for Bishop McDevitt was to Harrisburg in overtime. And there is a tackle for a loss. Book comes up and knocks him down. So Barnes hit for a loss by Book. Book has played big from his defensive end spot. He's had 4 tackles tonight. 25 tackles now in the season for Book. So 3rd and 11. Homecoming here tonight at Rocco Ortenzio Stadium. Pretty nice crowd on hand. It was a 7-0 game at the half. Incomplete. They pulled it out of the belly of Barnes and tried to get Jones Davis out of the backfield, and incomplete. 4th down coming up for the Crusaders. 3 minutes to go here in the game. Don't forget, the catch of the game brought to you by the United States Marine, a collective purpose and an effective mission. We'll have that. Also our player of the game, sponsored by PA Beef Council, and our play of the game, and our player of the game, powered by Milk. All on the way. United States Marine catch of the game, as well as our Friday Night Rivals trophy presentation. Still to come here at Rocco Ortenzio Stadium. Punt. Fair catch called for at the 10-yard line. That's where the Rams will have the football. Kurtz makes the fair catch. Time for our catch of the game. Brought to you by the United States Marines, a collective purpose, an effective mission. And it was the deep ball, Kirkpatrick to Robinson Bell for the touchdown. That is your catch of the game, right in stride. Catch of the game brought to you by the United States Marines.
Very nice passing catch there. And the receiver, he didn't put his arms up too early. He kept his arms pumping, legs driving, and got under it.
One thing McDevitt's going to want to clean up the penalties. 10 penalties, 95 yards of penalty yards tonight. Lebo trying to make a man miss. R.J. Duffy made another stop. There's a look at Robinson Bell.
What a nice complex here.
Beautiful, opened in 2013. I was here, I think, for the first game, and the lights went out.
Is that right?
They lost power. And they got things rolling, but a beautiful complex. Of course, you know, a lot of folks will, Duffy on another stop, a lot of people remember all the memories at McDevitt Field there on Market Street. Those were,
oh, yeah.
But this is a beautiful complex. Been open since 2013. 2-yard pickup, 3rd and 6 here. Got 1:50 to go in this game. Bishop McDevitt win their 6th straight game in a row. They're going to go to 7-1 with 2 big games to play next week. Central Dauphin East comes here, and then Bishop McDevitt will finish the season in week 10 at State College.
Everybody was not set there.
5.
On offense, gonna move them back 5.
Bishop McDevitt currently 6th in the 5A District 3 power rankings for the district playoffs. 12 teams get in. The first 4 seeds get byes. Right now, Bishop McDevitt at number 6. It's Conestoga Valley 5, Conrad Weiser 4, Mechanicsburg, Shippensburg, and New Oxford. The list going up. New Oxford being 1, Shippensburg 2, Mechanicsburg, Conrad Weiser, and Conestoga Valley.
Phil, you mentioned McDevitt has to go the final week of the regular season to State College. That is going to be one heck of a football game and a great atmosphere.
Yeah, it will be at right downtown State College. State College defense has given up the fewest points in the Commonwealth, and Bishop McDevitt has scored the most points in the Commonwealth. So you have those 2 contrasts going on. Of course, Bishop McDevitt would love an opportunity to win their 18th District 3 championship. Last year they got to the state semifinals. Everyone thought they were on their way to another rematch with Aliquippa. Would have been for the 3rd straight year, but they got upset by Dallas in double overtime. The Mountaineers were able to take care of them in double overtime to end the season a year ago in the state semifinals. And of course, Aliquippa went on to take care of Dallas and win the state title.
Yes, handily. Yeah, that was a tough loss for the Crusaders.
We will step aside and come back to wrap this one up. 4th and 7 for the Rams. 27 seconds to go. Harris tonight, 16 carries, 85 yards. Robinson Bell, 4 catches, 119 yards, and a touchdown. The offensive stars tonight for Central Dauphin. Kick to Palmer, takes it from the 45-yard line, and he's dangerous. Bounces the outside, straight arm, now across the 40. There he goes down the sidelines, has speed, spins, still on his feet, and kick gets hit hard at the 6-yard line, but it's all coming back. 2 penalty markers down.
Definite block in the back. It's interesting. I've always wondered when guys go up to block somebody and you're looking at the back of his numbers, why you would hit him.
So 2 blocks in the back by the Crusaders. Penalties have been an issue. They've been piling up tonight on Bishop McDevitt. Let's take a look at our play of the game, sponsored by PA Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner. It was the screen pass, the first score of the night. Saunders gets it out, and doing the rest is Jones Davis for the 29-yard touchdown. There's our play of the game, powered by PA Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Very rarely do you see a screen pass. The ball's got to be caught behind a line of scrimmage to a running back that travels about 20 yards sideways, and it happened there. Really nice touch by Stone Saunders.
Saunders' 25th touchdown of this season.
And a good run after catch by the junior running back.
Yeah, Jones Davis with a receiving touchdown and also a rushing touchdown tonight. So victory formation for the Bishop McDevitt Crusaders, and they get the 28-10 win as they renew the rivalry. First time these teams have played since 2013. And the final tonight, Bishop McDevitt 28, Central Dauphin Rams 10. McDevitt moves to 7-1 on the season with Central Dauphin East next week and then State College. We'll be back after this. McDevitt wins it 28-10. Time for our player of the game, powered by Milk. The Alloy Milk producers. It's a defensive player from the defensive line. It is Lucas Lawler. 6 sacks tonight for the Crusaders defense. He had a couple of them.
Yes,
Number 11, Lucas Lawler, is our player of the game, powered by Milk. Playing without Vinnie Brooks, one of their top linebackers. The Crusaders defense played big tonight in the victory over the Central Dauphin Rams. Coming up next week, Steel High and Susquehanna, Mid-Penn Capital Division is where we'll be. For one final thought on this game.
Thought both teams battled hard. McDevitt found a way to make the big plays, and that was enough. Defensively, I thought they did a really nice job, bending but not breaking early on, and team effort by the Crusaders.
They get the Champions Trophy. CBS 21 would like to take a moment to thank the Wellspan Urgent Orthopedics, who made these games possible for the viewers at home. We'd also like to thank each and every one of the sponsors on your screen. Without them, we cannot highlight these outstanding athletes for 10 straight years on Friday Night Rivals on MyTV. We're glad that you're here with us tonight. You can watch this game anytime, anywhere along the Friday Night Rivals schedule, and more content. Check out CBS21.com. You can watch the game on YouTube on the CBS 21 YouTube channel. Friday Night Rivals is a production of the Sports Fever Television Network. Kevin Huddy's our spotter. We'd also like to thank Matt Bukovich on stats, my partner, Ford Chapman, and the entire Friday Night Rivals production crew. I'm Phil Shaner saying good night, and we'll see you next week for another edition of Friday Night Rivals. The final tonight, Bishop McDevitt 28, Central Dauphin 10.